Right, kia ora, good evening everyone. Welcome to our Cambridge Community Board meeting for September. We always start with a short karakia, so I'll just read that now. E te atua kaharawa, ho mai ki a mātou tikaha, ki te whai atu I ngā huarahi tika, mo tēnei hui I tēnei rā. Tihei Māori ora. To the great Creator, give us the strength to follow the correct pathway for our meeting today. Blessing be to life. Welcome to you all. A reminder that this meeting is live streamed and recorded to YouTube and the Waipawa District Council website. It's our first meeting that we have had all this technology, so please excuse us if we don't push the right button or it all goes slightly wrong. We will just go along as we can. Firstly, I just want to go to our apologies for this meeting, and we just have a non-attendance from Councillor Montgomery. I see that everyone else is here. Can someone move that, please? Elise, thank you. And Alana, all in favour? Aye, right, carried. And a disclosure of members' interests. Is there anything this evening reminding you we have our discretionary funding that anyone may be conflicted with at all? No, Philip? Yep. Yep. Andrew? Yes.
Same for me, Cambridge Safer Community Trust.
Yep. Anyone else? Okay. Right, we'll move to our public forum. Because this is live streamed, you will have to speak into a microphone. So all you have to do is, you can stand, but just bring the microphone a little bit close to you and push the purple talk button. Before we welcome our first speaker, I just would like to introduce the board to you all, so you know who we are. For the Cambridge Community Board, Cambridge Ward, we have Sue Milner, Alana Mackay, Elise Badger, and myself, Jo Davies-Colley. We have Andrew Myers, who is our Mangatautari Community Board representative. And we have Philip Coles, who is our Waipawa District Councillor that sits in our board. And we also have two council staff that are with us. Kieran here, who is governance. And we have Brad Ward, who is the manager of community services. So welcome to you, thank you. And we will start off with Bren. Welcome, Bren. Anywhere you'd like to sit or stand? Perfect.
Hello, my name is Bren Farrell. I'm here tonight presenting an objection to fluoride being added to the town water supply in Cambridge. I'm asking for your help, as I believe you have chosen to be on the community board out of a desire to do good for the people and community of Cambridge. This is a heartfelt plea. I'm not here to provide facts and figures about the latest research on the detrimental effects of fluoride on human health. I have done my research independent of the New Zealand government supplied information to form my views on this subject. I believe that you have already been provided the facts and figures on the health and science around fluoride, and therefore will have also done your own research on such an important issue. Whether you agree with those who do not want fluoride in their water is not why I am here. I am here as I still believe the community board will represent those with genuine concerns about fluoride in our community's water. I am a member of the Cambridge community and I do not want fluoride in my water. I don't want fluoride in the water I drink. I don't want it for safety reasons. Weakened bones and teeth, cancer, spots on my teeth, and lowered IQ are not appealing to me. I don't want it I don't want it because it doesn't work. For me, that's a no-brainer. Doesn't work, don't use it. I don't want my choice about a medication to be taken away from me. And yes, worldwide fluoride is classed as a medication. You've heard a lot about me so far, but I'm not just here for myself. There are many others who also do not want fluoride in their water, and I am asking the Cambridge Community Board to help us. Of particular concern to me are those who are not able to do anything about the fluoride. They may not have the financial resources to solve the problem themselves. Alternatives such as specialised filters or rainwater tanks may be unaffordable for them. They may not be in full control of their living situation. Perhaps they are in a rest home or a flatting or boarding situation or in a rental property where they cannot easily make decisions about and changes to their water supply. There will be many different reasons why they don't want fluoride in their water, and I think it is fair to assume their reasons are genuine and deserving of respect, even if you don't share the same view. A legal challenge to the fluoridation directive from the Ministry of Health is being brought by several councils. This legal challenge option was rejected by Waipa District Council at the service delivery meeting in August. There is still the opportunity for Waipa District Council to apply for an interim injunction to hold off complying with the fluoridation directive until the legal challenge case has been heard by the court. The cost of this interim injunction is estimated to be just a few $1,000s. I am asking the Cambridge Community Board to please advocate for those who do not want fluoride in their water and ask the council to apply for an interim injunction to stop the fluoride being added to the Cambridge water. I want to leave some questions with you that I would genuinely like you to consider as fellow members of the Cambridge community, as well as in your community board roles as advocates for the community on council matters. I'm going to apologise in advance if I don't come across in the spirit I intend. I am simply here asking for your help because I am so concerned for the well-being of the people of Cambridge with the upcoming addition of fluoride into our water supply. Do you really know what the people in your Cambridge community want? Should it matter if you hold a different view to those who oppose fluoride if your role is to advocate for the Cambridge community? Have you read the latest international research on the effects of fluoridation on humans to fully understand the health concerns many of us have about fluoride in the water? Have you considered how you can best represent and help those in Cambridge who do not want fluoride in their water? Is following a government directive more important than the health, well-being and wishes of people in your Cambridge community? Will you advocate for the Cambridge community by asking council to apply for an interim injunction so that fluoride does not have to be added to our water until the legal challenge to the fluoridation directive has been heard in court? Is the short-term financial cost of an interim injunction a better investment in the health of the Cambridge people than paying for fluoride in the water while a legal challenge is pending? And in this case, has the Waipa District Council put dollars before people? Finally, I would like you to think about the people who do not want fluoride in their water. Really think about them. They are young, they are old, they are men, they are women, they are working, they are retired, they are beneficiaries, they are parents and grandparents. They are children. They may be wealthy, they may not be wealthy. They are healthy, they are sick, they are highly educated, they have little education. They are born here, they were born overseas. They are well connected in our community, they keep to themselves. You may know some of them, you may not. They are many. They are as diverse as you would expect in New Zealand society. They are all Cambridge people. They are your community and you are our community board. Please advocate for us with council to apply for an interim injunction to stop the fluoride being added to the Cambridge water. Thank you.
Thank you, Bren. Thank you very much. Right, I'll open up to questions if anyone has any for Bren. No, this is something that, oh, sorry, Lise, you go.
More about how you're representing them, whether you have a group or whether you consider those lines for these conversations.
So definitely conversations, and I am part of a number of community groups who share the same view. And I also attended 2 council meetings in Te Awamutu last year when the issue of fluoridation came up, and that was a packed room. We didn't have the opportunity to speak. That wasn't the forum that day. But yes, there are a lot of people who are concerned. And as I said, not everyone is able to circumvent the fluoride. Some of us can pay for filters. Some of us have rainwater tanks, but that doesn't apply to everybody.
Further questions? Drew? No? So, Alana? All right, thank you, Bren. I appreciate that. We'll keep in touch with you as we think about this issue. It is something that it has come to us as a board. It is something that we think about. We have had that latest research sent to us. It is something that we all have read. And it's not something that we have passed over. It's something that we do think about. So we'll discuss it further and keep in touch with you about that. But I understand, you know, your concerns, absolutely. Thank you. All right, welcome Bill Bailey from Leamington Gardeners. Welcome, Bill. See you. Thank you so much. See you.
Well, you've introduced myself, so we'll move on from there. I'm come here to represent the Leamington Community Gardens, which is a newly created club society, incorporated society. We've only just become registered in the last 3 weeks, and this has come about through negotiations with Waipa District Council, who have asked if rather than having a single person be involved with the license to occupy the land that we do on Wordsworth Street, whether it can be an incorporated society, which works for you a lot better, and I can understand that. So with that in mind, we've had to do a few alterations in creating the new society, or the new incorporated society, and I suppose basically all we're looking for is just a little bit of assistance to get going. Waipa District Council have been extremely generous over the last 10 years, I believe, and that we've had the land for nothing, and we've enjoyed gardening down there, and it has been at no cost. But now, we're going to sign a new agreement with you to occupy that land. There are some costs that we're going to be involved. As you're probably aware, there's $300 costs for public liability insurance, and I'm not too certain exactly. I believe there might be another cost for administration or for the rent of the property. So we're just looking for some assistance, really, to get us started. We need to redo the sign, put the correct name at the front of the gardens, etc. So we're just looking for really predominantly the 650 is a request to cover Grumpy's redoing of the sign. The rest of it, we're hoping that through subscriptions, which we'll have to start charging now, we have 20 plots down there, and we're hoping that we can cover most of our costs from then on. Yeah, should flow. Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Any questions for Bill?
So what you guys are doing. Can you just let me know as you guys move to previously? It's just a change.
It is the majority. Yes, the majority are the original, are existing.
And previously, did people
No.
Okay.
No, it was all.
Becoming a paper use.
That's yeah. The whole scenario has changed,
Okay.
because so we are going to have to start charging now. It was a luxury really to think you could do something for nothing.
Can I ask, what the fees will be?
Basically, I think we're looking at $40 per plot. We've got 20 plots down there. We've got 700. Yes, we've got 700 square meters of area. It's a large, it's an average size section, I suppose. And we've been able to create about 20 plots down there. And so we've worked it out that we need an income of about $800 to survive. And so we're going to charge $40 per plot. Most of the plots are gone. We know we've currently got a membership of 17, and we're anticipating that it won't take much more to get 3 or 4 come on board. We'll probably end up with a membership of 2022, which will be it's really a collective down there. You know, although I'm the chairman, I mean, it is a collective where everybody has a say in what goes on, as much as you can in these situations. Yeah.
Awesome. Any further questions for Bill?
Madam Chair, thanks Bill for coming along. So this is very much like the English
Yep.
garden
Absolutely.
plots, things
Yep.
like that.
Absolutely.
So they come down and work away in their gardens and supply themselves food and things like that. So it's not a community garden as such, is it? Or
It's
will
not
it
the
be-
same as the community gardens on the
Yeah.
other side of Cambridge,
Yeah.
where it is you share the food around. No, we each have plots. I think it's about 3 by 4, you know, and we all have to do our own thing. But having said that, any excess food is put back into the community, either at the Leamington stall or the
community house?
yeah, you know, there's various places. One of the stipulations is in the license to occupy is there is no commercial, no commercial activity. So yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, great.
Excellent.
Thank you, Bill.
And I mean, the other thing I suppose I should mention is the real encouragement is to get young people in and new people in, yeah, especially, yeah, that's where we come from. Okay.
Awesome.
100%.
Thank you so much. It was
Good
nice to
work.
meet you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Eileen. Yes, good idea, wherever you're comfortable. Just the purple talk one.
So, good evening, Chair, Joe,
Good evening.
and Lord, and everybody else. I'm Eileen Hawkins from Cambridge Neighbourhood Support, and Cambridge Neighbourhood Support is operated by the State of Cambridge Trust, as is our community control that we've seen probably talking about this too. So I've been here quite a few times before. We will have heard me talk about our other programs. We've had a neighbourhood emergency plan program going on at the moment, where neighbours get together and they create a plan together about what they would do in case of an emergency. Identify skills and equipment and put that in the plan, and that leads to further discussion. So that's our campaign number 1 for the year. Campaign number 2 is the subsidised first aid courses that we're rolling out at the moment, and that is because the community has been kind enough to fund that so that we can. That's really just to raise the safety. Today I'm only here to talk about number 3 campaign for 2003. That's our Monarchy Children's Citizenship Program. So we've got a campaign now which is focused on young youth, so that's primary age and early childhood children. And what we're trying to do really is get them to really think about citizenship and being a community and their responsibility. We're trying to talk to them about that, give them some activities so they can really think about what it is to be a citizen and contributing to the community. And as they grow older, of course, they bring that kind of in. So we have, we tailored the program. We've done quite a bit of work on the program already, and we've put a lot of activities in, of course, for children. But we've also tailored it to the school curriculum because we don't want teachers to do that. And they've already got a lot to do. So we've done that work already so that it can kind of explain into that. So we're wanting children to display certain behaviours aside from all of the activities and things like that. We're wanting children to show examples of things like responsibility, courage, respect, honesty, and compassion. And we want them to show those attributes both in their home community, their school community, and in their neighbourhood community. So that they're aware too that they are part of all of these different communities and all of these communities. Now we have received funding for this campaign, and we've spent part of it on just putting together the planning ready for the campaign, putting in those activities and making sure that it aligns with this. But now we are starting to implement. So we're just asking for a little top up now, 3,200, to get on with implementing the campaign. As it is, some of the schools have actually said they want to roll it out over several classes. So maybe that this campaign gets a bit broader and wider than we had thought at first. But anyway, this is something just to start us off into, make some good games. So that's about the program, that's all I'm going to say. But before I go, I just wanted to say I do appreciate, and we, the State of Cambridge Trust, really appreciates the support and funding given by the community so far. And it's really great to be able to partner with because we're all about connecting people in neighbourhoods, raising community well-being and safety in this council. That's our short and sweet, but
Any questions at all, Andrew? Oh, yeah. Any non-conflicted members have any questions? No, you're well known, your good work, and you are well known to us, Eileen, so I think we're good. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, yes, those. Ruth, please. I was looking for you, and you were there. Didn't break. Totally. No, that's perfect.
Good evening. I am Ruth Crampton from Destination Cambridge, from Cambridge ISO. Give a little bit greedy tonight. I've got 2 applications, so I am going to keep it within 5 minutes. The first one you're all very familiar with. In fact, I'll sit down so you can see. The Cambridge Christmas Parade has been back on the program for the last years. We cancelled 1 year. We had traditionally received funding from you. But unfortunately this year, Pub Charity are unable to fund us because of their no gaming machines and closed. So we rely on them for about $3,500. So I had to go back to the drawing board. So your request is gone up to $3,000. But we have secured additional funding from 100 groups that come on board for 1,000, and you will increase their sponsorship to try and fill the void. So this money covers some costings of staff, that covers some costings prize money for the sponsors pay for that, but prize money for floats. And so for the system and a lot of information on that sponsor. So this really just tells you that we have 4 categories. We have large community involvement, over 2,000 spectators, about 900 animals, people, whatever, on the ground or on a float during the day, and it's an incredible community event. Brings a great spirit to the town. The community, the retailers are getting involved this year with some window displays in there as well, and we're going to try and get Santa hanging around a bit longer than normal so that the children can stay in town and actually So here's some photos from previous years. If the weather's good, it's pretty fabulous, and when it's not good, it doesn't happen. So we only wait for good weather. So this is 20. And it's some feedback from organisations that you just saw here in the grass band. Yeah, what a lovely event it is for you. School, and there were a number of these feedbacks. So we got to my next application. One of the things that's come to my attention since I started is a little bit of negativity around the lack of awareness of events coming into town, and it came to the Dragon Boat Ladies here, the breast cancer Dragon Boat Ladies. I'll put a slide about that, but one of the things that we're doing at the eyesight is really increasing our profile around what's coming into town, and we're doing a lot with online, very big presence on our website. Cambridge.co.nz has the largest list of events in Cambridge. They can be self-loaded, or we have a wonderful volunteer who comes in every Thursday and she scours the papers and the websites to see what's coming up. She populates the website, so you'll find just about everything. on that site. So that is something we've taken very seriously. We're also growing our email distribution every Friday about what's coming up. And our retailers, I negotiate with them for the chamber. We also communicate with them on a messenger group to let them know what big events are coming into town. Wakarama is the most recent that we met with last week, 10,000 people in town in January. So making sure we're prepared for that is important. So what this is a full page advertisement every quarter in the Cambridge News is what I'm recommending. This is the Rotary Daily Post. They currently do this every quarter. Huge success. I have already taken it to the council to see if they would like to do it. It's not a mandate to actually run an advertisement like this, but and it is advertising. It is giving Cambridge News some money, but I just thought I'd give it a go because I think a full page of what's coming up in town would probably go a long way. We do things on social. I'm just not convinced that I know it's print. I understand that that might be a bit obsolete, but I think the Cambridge News has good readership. So the Dragon Boat ladies, the feedback we've got here is that many of them visited our open site during their time in Cambridge. They were there for 6 days. A lot of comment that they felt the town wasn't prepared for them, that there wasn't enough awareness. People didn't tune out for the parade because they didn't know it was on. And then the retail comment was that they didn't hear nothing to me. So this would just be another arm, if you like, another promotion arm that we're already doing. But I thought I would just put it out there and see if there was an opportunity for funding.
Great.
Very short picture too.
No, that's awesome. Thanks, Ruth. Any questions for Ruth, guys? No, pretty self-explanatory, Ruth. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Gabby.
Kia ora, everybody.
Kia ora.
I'm here representing Cambridge Community Health. We're old friends. So in 2 sentences, I suppose, just to remind you, we look after and see through our doors around 3,000 every year. We're a team of 17 staff and about 45 volunteers. Oh,
That was Ruth. Don't worry, keep going.
so 17 staff, 45 volunteers, and our 3 main teams, counselling, support, and financial mentoring. But what I've come to ask for support for this time is a follow on from a little bit of work we started last year, where we pulled together a large number of organisations to look at the provision of CAI for people. Doing that kind of work is really important to understand 2 things: how many whānau here are accessing CAI support, and do we know, and do those whānau know, and other agencies know where to go and get that from? And I know council and the community board would love to know that as well, because nobody actually really knows that. So that actually does take time and energy to force that information and compile what I imagine would be a kind of a roadmap of that. So we do have a community connector who would be able to finish that little bit of project that we've already started. You'll be aware that we're already well connected and we're in a position where we can continue the little bit of work that we've already started. The need for food has increased. In the last, since the beginning of September, we've either provided food or referred to the food bank 40 families already. Last month, it was only 21 for the whole of August. I'm already at 40 now. So we need to get a picture of this pretty quickly around what's happening, because actually there's a surprising amount of sources of CAI available, but not everyone knows it. So a quick compilation of a list would have you understanding, that we obviously get CAI from the community garden, our Pātaka CAI, the food bank, emergency food supplies through us and the churches, food rescue through Valley Street, the Food Together Co-op, which you may or may not know about, community board if they have pop-up gardens, food production on any council lands or burns, leftover food from cafes that's collected. For example, one of my whānau support workers collects leftover bakery on a Sunday from Mars Bakery. swap here before. The community meal obviously takes place. Leftover function food, we're always getting messages about what to do with that. We have regular baking delivered to us, and the cake detective as well, providing birthday cakes for families who can't provide one for their children. So we just think this would be a great project for Cambridge. We know that we can lead it. We're connected. We have staff who can already do that. So we're looking for support really over 6 months to get this project done. And at a stage where it's either going to continue or it's going to be something that we can leave in our draft form that is still going to be useful. But I think we need to get it started, and I think we need to see what we can do to actually give you some really important things.
Great. Thanks, Gabby. Questions for Gabby? Drew? Phil?
Quick questions through the chair. Thanks for coming on. Do you have access to fruit trees and things like that? I mean, I drive around and I just see so many orange trees. There's so much food out there.
Exactly right, exactly right. And it was interesting when I got to it this morning. What did I see? At 7:50, someone stopping with a car full of grapefruit, putting it in that part of the Kai.
So much grapefruit and lemons.
Yes,
Yeah.
Exactly. So mapping that a little bit, or having volunteers, because we can look after a lot of volunteers. So having volunteers who might pick and bring that fruit. It's those kind of steps which are being missed probably.
The Tree Trust have a lot of apple trees down on Meadow Walk, I think it is, which is obviously not out this time of year, but in the summertime they are. There's a colossal amount of apples down there.
Which would be a wonderful resource.
Yeah, so it's talking with them and finding out.
There's so many organisations who actually provide some guides.
Been able to get enough people together to, because there is so much food out there.
Yeah, and I think it has to be a map. It has to be a map with the information in there that then is given.
I'm a dairy farmer, and we kill our own meat on our own business. Something about vegetables.
No, we get, I think what goes into the Pātaka Kai goes in there. And that is for people to choose whether they're going to take it or not. When people come to us with meat and milk, we normally take it inside and then we distribute it to families, or we give it to the Salvation Army who distribute it for us.
Obviously, it's a small
Yeah, exactly.
a lot of farmers around.
Yeah, so we already,
Proteins, but really.
Yeah.
less.
we already get meat the need, and we also get some home kill as well. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's fine.
Is there an point to this project once you get the map?
Sorry, Duan.
We've got
Once
6
you get the
months.
map, you're done.
No, look, I think it's 6 months. I think we've outlined it pretty well in here, what we think we can achieve in 6 months. And I think we're going to have a map, and I think we're going to have connected up everyone and found out all the bits of information.
Okay.
And then I think together we have to decide what next.
Okay.
Because it should be something that keeps going,
Okay.
whether it sits with us or not. is another question. Right?
Lovely.
And again, just thinking on that fruit side of things with Mark Gardner, the kiwi fruit orchardist, he has a big packing house out there.
Yes,
He has a huge amount of kiwi fruit which he gives away.
they sometimes
Cow.
come our way.
Cow
Mm.
feed, things like that.
Mm.
It comes your way.
Yes.
Good,
Mhm.
good,
Great.
because I mean, there's such good nutrition in kiwi fruit.
Mm.
Leave.
But
Thank
it's
you,
just
Phil.
then getting it out to the families.
Thank you, Gabby. Appreciate that. Awesome. Linda. Welcome. Nice to see you.
Kia ora, everyone.
Kia ora.
So Kids in Need Waikato, we've been going for 5 years this year as a charitable trust.
And what we do is put together care packs for children who have been uplifted and put into care. We started this with children who were being put into foster care. However, it has gone on a different angle, which is that children now go to family. And when they go to family, I would say 80% of the people that we support are grandparents raising grandchildren. We have grandparents in their 80s raising toddlers. We have grandparents raising 5, 10, 14 kids. We have grandparents going to dialysis and chemo and still raising these children. So because they are not, the children are not in Oranga Tamariki's care, the only support they get is the unsupported child benefit. And often a lot of them don't get that for many reasons. I haven't got time to talk about that. So we are supporting, in these packs, we give the children ongoing, we give the children a winter pack, a summer pack, and we do Christmas for them. And that's to give the kids things that they should have to make them feel normal and part of the community, and also to take the pressure off the caregivers. So at the moment, we have, as of 1st of June, we have 400 families in the Waikato that we are supporting, and we have over 1,000 children that we support ongoing. On top of these are the one-off children that we support through referrals from the police, from Oranga Tamariki, from other agencies who are for families who are really struggling and really do need our help, but they are often just a one-off. And so this year, so far, we've had an extra 78 families on our books and another 180 children on our books. So the care packs we made last year, we made 1,328. So far this year, we've made 1,082. So we're only September. Cambridge families, we are supporting 24 families in Cambridge, and that's 33 children. And that is including the beautiful Betty, who is 84 this year, and she is raising her 8-year-old grandson. And she's actually in hospital right now with a knee replacement. So we are supporting the caregiver as well. And we can do lots of things, but today we are just asking for some support towards the care packs. We do get donations of secondhand goods from the communities, which is amazing. But when you're putting together a pack and you haven't got something, we need to go and buy it. So in those packs, the children are getting brand new socks, brand new underwear, brand new pajamas. Then they get clothing that has been donated, or we go and buy if we haven't got a jacket or a jumper. They get stationery, they get toiletries, they get books, and they get a toy. You know, we have to look at specifics. We ask about every child, what they need, and we make it personal. And you may have a child who, you know, loves dinosaurs or fairies, and we cater to that. We could spend 45 minutes to an hour and a half making one pack, because you know you've seen a dinosaur t-shirt somewhere and you have to find it. And then you get the children who are autistic and they can't wear certain types of material. So we are always dealing with that, and also colours, gang colours. And often, you know, we can't send out those colours because these kids are in those areas. So I could go on all night, and you know I could. So is that enough to?
Absolutely. No, we appreciate that amazing work you do, Linda. Any questions for Linda, guys? No. Thank you so much. Thank you. Right, Aaron and Alyssa. I can't see them. Oh, yes, Alyssa. Sorry. I was looking for Aaron. I was looking for him. Oh, perfect. Welcome. Oh,
Kia ora, Coalition Taponga. I am here representing Raleigh Street Incorporated, but actually 20. So we're working in both Cambridge Middle School and Cambridge High School. I know that you guys have given us funds before towards our work, but just a brief overview with what we're doing at the moment in the schools. Massive amount of what we're doing is our mentoring in groups and one-on-one with students, as well as supporting staff, integrating kids with activities out of school, and just building school spirit. I'm the team leader at both schools now, and as well as the regional coordinator, so getting a bigger picture of what's happening. One of the benefits that we've seen just working across both schools is the continuation of our work with our middle school students into the high school and being able to continue those mentoring relationships with ones that have had high needs. Since COVID, we've been able to get back to doing all of the activities that we've previously run in school, which has been great. And also being able to be a bit more flexible. We've got 12 youth workers now across the two schools, which has been amazing, and the need just keeps increasing, especially with violence at the moment in school. Probably one of the, I can give you a success story that we've had recently with one of our youth workers just doing one-on-one mentoring at the middle school, having good conversations around how to deal with troubling situations with this one particular student who usually uses violence to deal with her problems, but through the work of one of our youth workers, when she went to a confronting situation recently, stopped and thought and used the tools that she's been given with youth worker and didn't get involved in a physical altercation. So that was really exciting to hear about. We've been collaborating a lot more with the police and Blue Light and their program, and also Rotary and us as well. Just trying to work together with the families that we're all working with, and just so I only read the application before because our funding coordinator usually does it, but she can't be here either. So I see that, we're just asking for support for our ongoing work there. 15 years in high school now.
Amazing. Awesome. Any questions, guys? No, you guys do great work. I hear lots of awesome things about you guys. That's great. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Bruce, please. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Bruce Casey, and I'm actually the president of the Cambridge Model Trains in Leamington Domain. For anyone who doesn't know about it, it started about 12 years ago. For a few gentlemen got together and started the trains up, and it's been running pretty well since then. I've been involved with them for around about the last 6 years. I've become president, unfortunately, and sort of stuck in that area and can't get out. Look, we're basically looking at replacing one of our trains at the moment. The club owns 2 trains. One is starting to get a bit unreliable now. We run every first and third Sunday of the month. We actually, I find for the community, we do a lot of extra things for the community, like schools, kindergartens, play centres. Now, a lot of those places, we run them for free. So there's no charge for anyone like that. And especially around Christmas time, we do get very, very busy with things like that. Also, children with disabilities. One of our members has built what I call a ride car, which will take children in wheelchairs, people that can't really sit on a seat. We've got a proper seat made up with belts, everything like that. And I think it's just got, probably the last sort of 6 years, it's got busier and busier, and we're getting more people emailing saying, when are you running? We get people asking to come down for birthday parties, all this sort of thing. I have been in discussion with the council re what is going on in the Leamington Domain, as things are going to change in there. So yeah, we've discussed a lot of things that are going on there. But at the end of the day, it's more, I think it's become quite a big community event, the trains. To be fair, we have do a lot on Facebook as well. We've got a lot of people on Facebook now that goes out to, we're getting people down from Auckland, Taupo, greater areas just to come and ride the trains on a Sunday. And a lot of people don't actually understand that they've got this type of thing in their own community. We get people coming down from Auckland, I go, why don't you get a man account? Oh, we didn't even know it was there. So yeah, a lot of this stuff on Facebook now is really coming out. So as I say, we are also trying to future-proof for, because there's a lot of older members that are starting to fade away and get, you know, older and can't make it down to the train. So we've basically built a storage area there. We've bought a lot of parts in the last few years too. So if something happens to one of these older gentlemen, the club can carry on. All the gear's sitting there ready to go. And that's what we're trying to do, is just get everything up and ready for, you know, maybe a day when we've got someone there that doesn't know how to fix a train. We have had a price from a gentleman in Auckland who he's built trains for years and years, and he retired, but he said he would build one for our club. And the ones he's built 30 years ago are still running today. So it's not something, you know, once we buy the original train we have, he built as well. So, you know, really once the club owns a couple of trains, it can go for years and years at the end of the day.
Oh, thank you, Bruce. That's awesome. We've all had train rides.
Yeah.
Had many a train ride.
Yeah.
Yep. So cool. Any questions, guys? Andrew.
Yeah, look, the club itself has around about $20,000. When I started years ago, we were just about down to nothing, so we are building up. Look, the train itself is a $50,000 train, and to me, when they told me that, I thought, well, that's ridiculous. It is a lot of money. We're really, we have also another lady that goes to charities for us. So after we put the submission in, I was told about this lady. So she is also looking for money for the trains. Turnover from the trains, you have a good weekend, you could do $1,000 on a good weekend. Not a huge amount of cost, just a bit of fuel and stuff. So it does, you know, it does sort of make that money. We also, when we have enough and need, we try and donate to like some of the, like the lady that just before me, Community House. We've done a donation to them. There's another group trying to start up a youth group. So we ran the trains on the day for them, gave them a donation as well. So we try and put back as much as we can back in the community. This is really our last major thing to do, with the, apart from buying a few what they call ride cars, and we can, we will be able to afford to buy those in time ourselves. But basically, the trains got to the point we can't really have any more trains, you know, with all the storage and everything we've got there. We're sort of at its limit. A lot of the trains that you see sitting on a Sunday are actually privately owned. So the club itself, you know, like the other day there was 4 or 5 trains there, maybe 6 trains, but the club only owns 2. So as I say, we're just trying to place the old one that's okay, but it's, you know, starting to get pretty tired.
Thank you. Yeah, you're obviously very community minded, which is wonderful. I just had a thought whether or not you would ever open funding up to the community who might be keen to sponsor a wheel or a carriage or a car and that sort of group model of funding.
Yeah, we have put feelers out for that. Look, at the moment, as everyone knows, it's really tough times at the moment and no one's got any spare money. We do advertising, which we have on the fence. So there are 6 main advertisers there and other advertising on the ride cars themselves. These people pay $1,000 a year to have their name there. And in return, you know, we try and get all the trains out so you can see their names sitting there. Facebook, really trying to push it on Facebook. So the people that are helping us, we're putting back into the community and say, hey, look, you know, these people have helped us with money to run the trains. please support them as well. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
No worries,
Appreciate
thank you.
that. Thank you for coming. It's nice to meet you. Great. Elizabeth. Where is she? Oh, there. And then Georgina. Nice to see you.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
My name is Elizabeth Harvey. I work at the museum. I'm simply humbled by the wonderful stories I've been listening to today about the activities in the kitchen. My role in the museum, my staff, my team are really to ensure that stories like this are preserved and cared for today and for generations in the future. And what I'm talking to today is our application to assist with the purchasing of a document scanner. We believe there is value and merit to this application for two parts. First of all, it will ensure that the town's archive, which is filled with all the histories, gossip and memories that you usually find in diaries, meeting minutes, event materials and so on, are cared for in line with best practice. And also, we are opening up a research centre which will be open to everyone, so everyone can use it to digitise their own family history. The Historical Society is one of the biggest archive collections relating to the Cambridge area. We have thousands of documents. We already have an ambitious digitisation programme to increase access to the collections. And those who follow our Facebook and Instagram pages will know these are primarily focused on photographs to date. If you keep an eye on Digital NZ, which is a national database, you'll see we're actually uploading new ones to those on a weekly basis, which is increasing access to our collection. We would like to begin the same process with our documents, but many are either greater than A4 size or have fragile spines. If you think of a traditional scanner, which is a flatbed scanner, as soon as you place a document, book on there, actually will put stress on all these things. That also means that quite often documents that actually have quite thin writing, one of the things we've recently been photographing, because that is our alternative, is a diary written in the 1940s by a young woman in her 20s, which is just filled with the most wonderful stories about what's happening in Cambridge in the 1940s, which includes being fearful of being invaded by the confrontations that are going on, but also, what her friends are wearing, who's dating who, and things like that, which is sort of wonderful. But we can't at the moment push it in a situation where we're getting the details of it between the spine level, which is a shame, so that's what we're missing. We are keen to offer this chance to everyone in our community. So from October, when the museum building reopens, what we're hoping to do is dedicate the front room, which will have a digitisation space for anyone who wishes to. Staff will be available to advise people on how to use the technology. They'll be able to take it away as a USB key. It's just a way of ensuring that as a museum, we're being proactive about ensuring that these materials are not only the ones in our collection, but are also in the
Great, absolutely. Yes, any questions for Elizabeth? No, it was great to come and do that tour with the Mayor and Liz. It was awesome to see. Yeah, and it was really, really great. Thank you so much. It was lovely to see you. Thank you. Kia ora. Kia ora.
Just me again.
Seems like the other day you were just here. It was back in
I
April.
know. Hey, so really appreciative of our last funding round. We were able to secure some money from you guys and the Te Awamutu Community Board, which went towards us just recently purchasing our 10-seater van.
Oh,
so,
great.
That's been really, really exciting. So just to recap, we're a youth organisation based in Te Awamutu servicing the Waipa area. We've now been providing our services for just over 6 months. Within that time frame, we've worked with nearly 70 young people. We've currently got 52 that we're working really closely with. We've transitioned 24 into further work, training or education. 40 of them now have CVs. We've got, I think, roughly off the top of my head, it's between 28 and 30. We had 2 more today that were successful in getting licenses. So they're all amazing outcomes, don't get me wrong, but it's actually everything before then that we can't capture that is actually the most meaningful. So I think what we're doing it well. We're getting the outcomes, and within my application, it's actually to secure more funding around sustaining the van, so maintenance and fuel, and we've done up a budget, and we think roughly estimating that we need at least 13,000 just over per year to keep on top of the running costs, and we use that van at a minimum 2-3 times a week. We do a lot of, as much as we're a very one-to-one mentoring service, we also do a lot of group activity, because that is walking alongside and teaching our rangatahi how to have social skills and be a part of group activity. We do lots of community mahi with them in groups, so that's why we use our van. So yeah, really appreciative of the previous funds, but I'm back again.
Yeah, oh,
we are a
fantastic.
non-for-profit organisation, so we do run off a oily rag, and I'm constantly chasing people down for some pūtea, which we're really grateful for, because we have people coming forward often to offer. If it's not money, it's their time or donations. And
Fantastic. Right, guys, any questions for Georgina? No? Awesome.
Cool.
Thank you so much. Nice to see you again. Okay, now we have Janet, who's online from MSY. Oh, kia ora, Janet.
Kia ora, hi, I'm Janet Buckingham. I'm the Administration Manager for MSY Cato, and we provide the support services in the region for people with multiple sclerosis and Huntington's disease. So being diagnosed with one of these neurological conditions is lifelong conditions, and for the majority of people, the knowledge of it is limited. So providing support and education for people is essential. Many clients also requiring support with anxiety, fear and depression. And the conditions affect not only the client, but also the families too. And often these people are the ones that will become the carers too. So it's essential that we're able to support them as required too. So majority of our clients are affected by MS, and this is one of the most common diseases of the central nervous system. In MS, the myelin sheath, which covers nerves in the brain and spinal cord, becomes damaged, and as a result, it distorts or prevents the flow of messages from the brain and spinal cord to other parts of the body. So it causes a range of problems, and they'll change from one person to another depending on where the nerves are damaged. For example, it could be cognitive, balance, loss of coordination, numbness and pain, or perhaps vision. And with Huntington's disease, our clients and the families frequently need high levels of support too. It's a genetic condition, which is a dominant gene too. So the disease leads to incapacitation and eventually death. And our clients and the families need change as the disease progresses. So sadly, if the children inherit the gene, they'll at some point in their lives develop the disease too. So we support them with many issues, including life planning, depression and social isolation, as we work to assist them to make life as normal as possible. So in providing services, we provide evidence-based advice and information, and work to empower people to make informed decisions and lifestyle choices. And by supporting operating expenses, it helps ensure ongoing support and information for clients and the families as and when they need the support. So whether this is phone support, home visits, newsletter, information, educational resources, etc. So we're currently supporting 27 clients and their families in Cambridge and Mangatau. In total, we're supporting 328 in the Waikato region. So thank you for the opportunity to share a little bit more about the services and for the support we've received in the past too.
Thank you, Janet. Yeah, that was great. Does anyone have any questions for Janet about her application? No, that's awesome. It was lovely to see you, Janet. Thank you.
Thank you.
A lovely evening.
Thank you.
Now we'll move to Joanne. Yes, there. And then Peter and Nigel will come straight for you after.
Hello, sorry.
Hi, Joanne.
Rearrange
Nice
a baby.
Nice to see you and your little bub.
Thank you. So I'm here on behalf of La Leche League New Zealand. We're a charitable organisation that provide breastfeeding support on a mother-to-mother level. Next year marks the 60th anniversary of La Leche League in New Zealand, with Cambridge being the first group that was actually established.
Wow.
And we're still running strong today. There's also a group over in Te Awamutu, and we both offer regular face-to-face meetings every month. We're available on the phone and online. So we try and cover kind of all bases. And it's completely free to all mothers. They can, they don't have to be referred to us or anything. They can just give us a call. Okay, that's my music. So we're a nationwide organisation. We've got various branches all over the place, just offering support, advice, and sharing our stories. So every 2 years we host a conference that's open to all our leaders or people who are training to be leaders. It's also open to midwives, lactation consultants, and then just parents as well. Thanks to COVID, our last conference was actually back in 2018. So it's been quite a while since we've managed to get everybody together. So the conference is an opportunity for everyone to share their knowledge and then also increase their knowledge, as well as network. So it's not often that, we get to see other leaders from other groups, maybe the ones locally, but I've never met any of the leaders from the South Island, so. We anticipate that we're going to have about 100 people come to our conference this year. So it's being held at St. Peter's, which is also baby friendly. So a lot of them will be coming with families in tow. Most of these will be La Leche League members from across New Zealand, but then we also anticipate there's going to be quite a few parents from Waipa, Waikato region that will come just because it's so convenient. They can come for the days. So most of the people that are travelling from further afield will be staying on site at St. Peter's, but the ones with families, they'll be obviously staying at local motels or hotels, Airbnbs, finding other accommodation. And because it's during school holidays, we anticipate that quite a few of them will probably make it a little mini break if they're coming from afar, which is quite normal for our conferences. So the funding that we're requesting is to hold an evening event that we can open up to an even wider community with a couple of guest speakers who are both mothers and they're writers and present parenting in its all glorious, funny aspects and a very relatable level. So it's more not just breastfeeding, it's more of a gentle parenting exploration, but presented in quite a humorous manner. So we expect both our conference attendees to attend that and then hopefully make it a ticketed event as well to open it up to the wider community. It will be a baby-friendly evening, so we do expect a few to spit the dummy, so to speak, but we're prepared for that. So the funding requested is just cover the travel for these speakers, and we cover all their accommodation and their food and everything else. So any questions?
Fantastic. Any questions? Guys? No? Yes? Yes, yeah, it's an amazing service, isn't it? It's really great. No, thank you, Joanne. That was lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely evening.
And you.
Okay, Peter and Nigel, welcome. Cambridge Bowling Club. Nice to see you.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chairperson, for accepting my late.
Not a problem. No, it was lovely for it to come through and for us to fit you in.
Thank you. I'm the president of the Cambridge Bowling Club, which is the lovely heritage building up on Water Road. Yes. About 7 years ago, for some reason I got elected onto the board, so here I am. vice president, now president. So it's been a bit of a journey. When I was put to the board, the club was in a bit of a shaky position, but so we had to have a plan to keep it going. It's only been there 125 years. And yes, maybe some of your siblings were members, possibly bowlers, I don't know. Here it's Vancouver. So we have 200 members and growing. Building up the last few years, raising money for keeping the building alive, if you like. Heritage Trust has been very good to us. You guys have been very good to us. We really appreciate that. If it wasn't for council involved, we would. It is tough out there to get money, so but we're getting there. Members own the building, and but the land is leased by the council. So I would assume that over the last 125 years, we've been the custodians of your land. So we do have members going around weeding and doing the gardens. So I'm not sure how that works, but it's that we've got a really great team here of members who love the place and keep it going. We have a youth academy which we set up a couple of years ago to try and encourage youth to come along. We have school challenges and quite a few young people come along and play during business house bowls. And our youngest member is 11 years of age, and he's an affiliated member. So,
wow.
Yeah, he's a pretty good bowler. So
awesome.
It's good to see that. So it's a pretty exciting time for our club because this year, like I said, it's the 125th celebrations in November. So yeah, we're looking towards an exciting time. Also, over the last 2 years, we've raised over $250,000 for a new green and floodlights, and that's a big challenge because our plan is to keep that place going, and it's up and running now, so it's available to the community. Waipa program set up for that for families to come down and play at night from around about November till sometime I think it is. So that's a pretty exciting program also. Enjoy the local game of bowls. We have quiz nights which run from every Wednesday night, run for 8 months. We have a snooker game, darts, and we have a baton court also available. Program for the 125th is where I have to change classes. Sorry about that. So on Thursday, the 2nd of November, we have the Waikato Club's Nation Bowls Tournament. That's the start of the 125th. Saturday, the 4th of November, we have invitational formal afternoon tea, and that's where the speakers, some of the council members go to their own. Saturday, the 4th of November, we have an evening dinner. All members, ex-members, to enjoy a casual meal. Wednesday, the 22nd, we have the casual social event with the club for members and ex-members. On Sunday, we have a picnic at the green. So you're all most welcome to come along and listen to the music on the bandstand there.
Right.
Okay. And that's a competition between Cambridge and Central Bowling Club, which is the other club downtown. We have a very good relationship with them, of course. So, so really, our plan is to continue to provide excellent sporting facility for the community of Waipa, and we appreciate the support the council has given us over the last few years. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Any questions? Andrew, Phil?
Madam Chair, hi Peter, nice to see you. Great night to have an anniversary. It's my birthday, the 4th of November. So,
No, it's a awesome facility and awesome building, beautiful, picturesque area, very popular for when you come down to. And you guys are doing a top job keeping it looking so great, and it's great to see the new turf going in, and things like that. And like I think it was Bruce from the training club, you guys make a good presence because you're increasing the popularity and things like that. So well done for your great work. Work that was here tonight. So it's great site down there. Great to look there. Well done. But the application we have is open for the 125th committee. It's separate from board activities and fundraising. We have money setting aside for green and the lights on that. So
The green work's undergo now.
yes, finished, but we've got to pay for it.
Oh, it looks great.
But
Looks
we have
awesome.
money for that, so but that was a 2-year project, so it's all good.
Oh, well, thank you, David. That's great. All the best to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yes, have a lovely evening. Right, now we just are going to come back online to Janelle from the Mangatautari Ecological Trust. Good evening. Thank you. Kia ora, Janelle. Oh, there you are. Nice to see you.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name's Janelle Ward. I'm the biodiversity team leader at Sanctuary Mountain Mangatautari, and that's governed by Mangatautari Ecological Island Trust. And I'm here tonight to talk to you a little bit about Titi Pounamu. I'll try and share my screen, and hopefully that will work. Can you guys see that okay? Oh, it's still loading.
Yep.
Yeah. So in 2021, we released 80 Titi Pounamu, also known as rifleman, New Zealand's smallest bird, to the forest at Sanctuary Mountain. There were 80 of these birds released, and since then we've been monitoring them quite closely. We've had 4 surveys to date, and the first detected 68 birds post-release, and then last year we had around 44 birds detected post-release. The reason we're seeking money today is we'd like to do a pre-breeding survey using contractors this year. The reason it's really important to us is these birds are tiny. This is, you can see the size of them. And the surveys that we've done to date, we're trying to detect these birds up in the high forest canopy. These guys live up quite high in the canopy. They're very small. You can see that tiny little leg band that these birds have. And while we've done some of the surveys with our own internal staff and volunteers, we're really finding that we need the assistance of contractors. So the money that we're seeking will go towards paying these specialised contractors that are really good at detecting these birds and detecting the leg bands. This will probably be the final survey where we can actually find leg bands of these little guys, just because they are quite short-lived compared to other forest species. And so it's the last chance for us really to determine how many of the original founding birds have bred. We think the numbers are going down from the first surveys, not because necessarily we have less birds, but that they are actually further dispersing on the mountain and becoming harder to detect for that reason. And we do know that we've had very successful breeding, particularly in the first season. They seem to do quite well. We're unsure how well they did last season due to all the rain and the cyclone and so on. So we're really hoping for a good breeding season this year as well. So yeah, we have contractors ready and waiting, and yeah, hoping that you can help us a little see what's going on with these tiny little birds.
Wonderful. Thank you, Janelle. Any questions from the board for Janelle? They're such a beautiful little bird. So sweet.
They are. They're gorgeous.
No, I think that's wonderful, Janelle. Thank you so much.
Thanks very much for having me.
Oh, not a problem. Have a lovely evening. Thank you. Right, was there anyone else that wanted to speak in our public forum. Sir, did you want to speak with us? You're welcome to stay there if that's easier. Great. Welcome.
Yes, thank you. I came along here because I returned to Cambridge to live in December last year. I went to school here and I worked for the Waikato Times for a while, and I always remember coming to the Cambridge Council meetings held up in the old library building.
All right.
And I just wanted to see if this is going to be the cut and the thrust tonight. Was the mayor used that gavel quite a bit. No, I just wanted, as a person that contributes to the rates, I just wanted to know what's happening.
Well, wonderful. Well, you're welcome anytime. We have monthly meetings. If there's any issues you have in the community, we'd love to hear about them. You're welcome to come back anytime. Council sit over in Te Awamutu, and the Cambridge Community Board have monthly meetings here. And it was nice to see you. Thank you so much. Anyone else? No? Okay, well, that ends our public forum, everyone. That was a good one for us. Right. Okay, so we are going to move through to our confirmation of minutes for the previous meeting. And that is just that we're confirming that our meeting held on the 16th of August, as circulated with the agenda, was a true and correct record. Elise, thank you. Anyone second? Andrew will, thank you. All in favour? All in favour? Thank you.
Was it a couple of try, but you could find that the feedback will be
Right, Treasury report.
I agreed with the accountants this month, so
Okay.
we're off to a good start.
Great. So we just need to. Are you going to take us through anything, or is it pretty standard? Okay.
If there are any questions.
Okay. No, all right, let's receive that report. I'll move that. Can somebody second, please? Elise, thank you. All in favour? Great.
Sorry, there was a request for a slight change in layout. Did you notice it?
Sorry.
I also apologise. Okay, okay. Please thank Nada on our behalf. Yes. Right, so we're going to move to our sister cities budget now. And then after that item, I'd like to adjourn just for 5 minutes, just for us to have a quick break, a cup of tea before we get into that discretionary stuff, because that will require a lot of our brain power. So that could be a good time for us to just have a 5-minute break. Before I hand over to Kieran to talk about the budget, I just want to acknowledge and thank Alana for the incredible work that she has put and is continually putting into Sister Cities. She almost single-handedly has organised these delegations that are coming. She writes incredible newsletters. She's at every meeting, chairing that meeting, a babe under her arm, who often doesn't want to be at the meeting. And without you steering Sister Cities, Alana, I don't know what would be happening with it. So you're absolutely to be commended, and thank you so much. All the glory for Sister Cities this year goes to you. So thank you so much. Oh yes, and of course, Kieran, as always, and Sue and I are on that board, but it really is you who is doing all the lion's share of that. So thank you so much.
So at this stage, I'd like to just take my report as read, and happy for myself or Alana, who knows this a lot better than I do, to answer any questions if there are any.
Yeah, it's going to be a great occasion. I mean, they're only 2 weeks apart too, aren't they? So it's going to be a busy old time. So it's going to be great.
Any questions about the events?
Yeah, the
particularly?
delegation to Liquina, so it's for 4 days.
Yes, yes. A whisker under that.
The gifts, there's gifts up to $1,000. What might be an example of the gifting that's budgeted there?
Well, we're very lucky because the large poppy bowl that the RSA gifted us has been sent for the Mayor of Liquina for free. So we've been really lucky there that we haven't had to spend any money. Alana, Susan and I were thinking about doing something symbolic here for the people of Liquina, which would, avoid too much cost on that end too. And then Alana can probably fill us in regards to anything for the incoming delegation.
So generally it would be something like an artwork or something of cultural significance. I don't know if you've seen the cabinet in the foyer here. There's one side that's gifts that have come from the Liquina in the past and one side that has come from Pohoro. So just, something to acknowledge and celebrate the relationship. And it's customary to take a gift when you're going there or bring a card.
Yeah, I'm supportive. I'm just learning about what it is. Thank you.
Yeah, with regards to the gifts, I mean, the Japanese culture is huge on gifts, individual gifts as well. So, it's a big part of their tradition. Gifts and business cards. So make sure you have your business cards in your pocket because they give it to you in 2 hands.
Yes.
Like
Yes. I remember they sent us those beautiful masks, and I remember receiving them thinking, I'm not sure we'll use these. And then I used the ones that they sent us so much. So it was actually an awesome gift that they did that. Okay, any further questions about any of the events? Please keep in mind and keep free those 2 formal dinners. The French one is on November the 11th in the evening at Don Rollins. And just remind me, Alana, the Japanese one. Oh, yes, I did read it this afternoon.
It's a Don Rollins. That's for all community board members.
Well, the expectation is I think that we would be at that formal dinner. There are plenty of events in those weekends, but specifically the formal dinner.
Good to know.
Yes.
Yes. So please do put the date for
Yes.
that. So the formal dinner for the Pohoro delegation is Thursday the 23rd of November. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So we have more of a farewell dinner. It's a formal dinner.
Sorry. It's probably more of a thought for the actual committee, but I think it's suggested to take Pohoro to the pizza place on Fincourt Road, the rural place.
Unfortunately, they haven't got back to me.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that's a great suggestion in the sense that their diet is not heavy food like pizzas and that type of thing. So it might be suggested that a restaurant or somewhere that has a more compatible diet, food selection to their diet.
Yeah.
And I just want to say a quick thank you to those in the community, councillors included, that are offering to homestay our guests from both Pohoro and Liquina. That's one of the things that helps to make these delegations possible, is that neither party has to pay for their accommodation when they come because they're staying with members. So thank you.
Fantastic. When you go back there, staying with the family, Sue's been there. I think
exactly, they were great.
Else has been there. It's just phenomenal. It's really special.
Alban was particularly excited when she opened the envelope or the letter to know that she was going to have to stay at a lady who'd hosted both her and I Bahoro, who was absolutely wonderful, awesome, absolutely wonderful.
That's
So
great.
We're really
Elise?
excited.
Just to clarify, initially the thought was that no one would be attending the annual Sister Cities because it fell so close to the allocation. But now that it's in March, we'll be. That's another thing that we need to discuss. Like, won't be available during those dates, because that falls at time of the Cambridge Water Festival. So it would be dependent on whether we select which we can discuss at a later date.
Yeah.
It's not that we need that. If we don't go, do we need that
money back?
Because we're sitting at a side.
If we don't go, I'm sure it can be used for something else at another point. But we're okay with what you've worked with. the
Currently,
budget
we're
that we
looking
have.
all right. We're keeping it pretty tight
Pretty
with
lean.
the budget. Yep, mean.
Doesn't sound mean, it sounds great.
No, we're doing our best to provide a really quality experience for our esteemed guests with the resources we have available.
Very well said.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yep.
Just a question.
Oh, yes.
The airline credit that we still had for sister cities, is that being used for the?
So it's in there in the report, yep. So I've set that aside
Right.
so that if any two people can go down to Marlborough and back again, and that credit will cover that.
Good.
As long as I book a flight by January next year, we're all good to go on that one.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay. So Elise has moved. I'll second. All in favour of receiving that report? Thank you. Okay, we will now adjourn the meeting for 5 minutes to have a quick breather, and we'll be back at 7:32. Lee? We're right. Just welcome back after that short adjournment. We will now head into our discretionary fund allocation. Now, in the past, you'll remember what we've done is we've gone through quickly. We've given a quick indication of what we think will be right to give, and then we've come back at the end and gone through it a bit more detailed. Obviously, there are many applicants, and there's a lot of money that has been requested, and we have a very small amount to give. Not a very small amount, but obviously less than what has been requested. So I want to start with.
Can you confirm that's 26?
Oh yes, our budget. Yes, I'll just come to Kieran for that. Confirm our amount. That's okay. It will be good for us to have a total so we know what we're working with. All the applications here seem to be okay. There's no issues with any of them in regards to their application.
Through you, Joe. There are a couple that haven't submitted their accountability reports.
Oh, right. Okay.
Which we do need to be wary of. And
Okay.
we probably need to make a decision about whether we're going to fund those or not based on that.
That they haven't complete. Okay. Right. Should we put a little asterisk by those to start?
So if you look at Kieran's little spreadsheet here, so
Yes.
these are the ones with the cross under the 2022.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So there's a few of those, unfortunately.
Oh, yes, there is.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
One that is quite difficult is Destination Cambridge, because I feel like Ruth has inherited that situation.
Right.
So whether we give consideration to that, it's up to the board.
Okay. All right. Something to consider as we go down.
And Madam Chair, I'd also like to point out the Cambridge Safer Community Charitable Trust one has also got a cross against it, but that was only allocated in April, so they've got 12 months to use that and get the accountability form to provide it. Okay.
Sorry, actually, that was another thing that I thought we probably need to consider. There are a couple that we did fund in April, and are we wanting to fund them twice in 1 year? Even if it's for a slightly different project. Just something to think about. Yeah, but in terms of, like they apply again next April, are we going to fund them 3 rounds in a row? How are we going to negotiate that?
There are some new applicants. It'd be nice to.
I had a similar thought to Alana, considering the smallish plot and the large number of applications. Do we think about, you know, if in the calendar year we've supported someone, as the other groups we haven't supported before, which there is an opportunity to support, is certainly in the back of my mind as we make our decisions.
Yes. Okay. Good point. Okay. Well, let's start at number 1. Right. Oh, sorry.
So just confirming, yes, you do have, at the moment, you've got 52,062 and 67 cents. Bearing in mind, this is round 1 of round 2. The start of the financial year was 1st of July. And so this has got to last throughout the financial year. So if, I don't know whether the community board wants to set a target budget for this time. What do you guys think?
Bearing in mind this will be our entire budget.
Thoughts? Andrew?
I'd need advice on what you think we should subtract for that amount. Sort of halving what's remaining.
Yeah, I sort of thought that around 22 might work. This funding round. Funding that gives us what, 8?
Yeah. Approx.
8, and that's
for new projects or our own spending, our own project.
it's not a lot, but I mean, just given the need.
Yeah.
The second half meeting, we can spend a bit more, we've got some of that,
Yes.
as we discussed.
Yep. Okay, so we'd like to set a budget of 22,000 for this evening's applicants. So you happy with that kind of figure? Yep, Alana?
Yeah, I'm happy if we aim for that. Maybe.
Absolutely, yeah, I think that's a good way of doing it. Okay, right. You happy with that? Okay, good. Okay, let's start with brain injury Waikato, advertising for support group, and they are requesting $294 and we gave them $1,500 last year.
That's one that we don't have an accountability report from.
Right. Should we come back to them? Let's just put a little question mark next to them and we'll come back to them. Cambridge Bowling Club for the 120-year Jubilee. We heard from David tonight, requesting $4,392,000. Peter, sorry. Oh yes, it was Peter. I do apologise. Yes. Right. Okay. Thoughts on this?
I did have a little question mark there because we did fund them quite recently.
Yes.
At our last meeting.
And was this funding, someone correct me if I'm wrong, was this funding outside of the grant allocation round? They came to us outside the grant. Yeah, so I was inclined to either do a very small.
Yep.
Service allocation.
Okay.
Around it might, I just thought.
Okay.
Be where I would sit, but I don't know everyone else feels.
Okay.
Perhaps that's another one we come back to.
Yep, put a question mark 500 next to that just to think. Cambridge Brass Band, this is for the Waikato Bay of Plenty Regional Contest. And they're asking for $750. Alana, do you have any insights on that? I know you're involved a little bit.
The Cambridge Brass Band does a lot of wonderful stuff around here. So I would be happy to support them. It's not a huge amount that they're asking for. So I would be towards the full amount for Nicole.
Okay.
Agreed.
Okay. All right, let's put 750. Obviously, we'll come back at the end and review. Cambridge Committee of Social Services, emergency vouchers and doctor visit costs. They are asking for $3,500. We heard from Gabby. No, we didn't. Gabby's Community House. She is obviously on the Committee of Social Services. I thought something towards this, but again, a small amount.
I don't think we can afford more. I think what they do is excellent. I was happy with it. Even too high, given that it would give them
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
thought
support.
possibly a bit high, but it's one of sort of like in the groups we need to split it with you, but good to support.
Yeah.
Okay.
Down to
1,000. Okay, we can again come back and look at that. Cambridge Community House, compensate staff time for the Cambridge Kai project, $6,000. We didn't give them anything last year. This is a very admirable project. What are your thoughts around the funding?
I really like the idea.
I do too. Yeah, it's a great
I'm
idea.
just not sure we can afford to give them that much.
Yes.
And I wonder whether they're going to set something.
I think, should we put something like $1,000?
Yeah.
And then come back and look, because it is a great project, and by the sounds and also what I'm hearing is the need is very much increasing in Cambridge for food, and if this makes it easier for people to access that, could be good. Should we put 1,000 and again come back? Okay. Cambridge Historical Society Museum for their document scanner, $1,130.43.
I would stand in favour of this. Not a lot of money for a lot of good, for the long-term benefit.
Yeah.
If we could afford the full amount, that would be nice, but in my mind, certainly supportive, just not, yeah, depending on where we
Yep.
go.
Sue, Alana, I know you're both.
I'd be quite happy with that because it is going to make a difference. What they do. And it's not only benefiting the museum staff, it's everybody who knows their work.
Yeah, it's great using it for offering the free use.
That's great.
No previous funding.
Yeah.
Before 2000.
Should we put the full amount down and then come back? And we can just adjust.
Certainly been very happy to me, happy to help me with any of the sister cities background, history of that relationship, which would have been easier if it was online.
Yes, what it is.
Yeah. But great records there. Great sense of Cambridge.
Absolutely. Right, Cambridge Life Skills, Children's Counselling at Leamington Primary School, $2,000. This is for their programs they run. What's here?
Obviously, there's a huge amount of need for this sort of in school support, and this is targeting primary schools out CHS. I'd be really happy for us to put somebody on the table for them.
Yep.
You know, I don't think we can support them fully.
No.
Yes, we did support them last round. I said around
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was really obvious again tonight. If you were convinced beforehand, you know, the community work that goes out there in our world would be a poorer place if it wasn't for volunteers.
Agree.
But we can't afford to give everyone the full amount. We'd love to. So it'd be nice to give everyone something.
Yeah.
I'd go to at least 1,000.
Okay.
And so you can spread the love around.
Yeah.
Spread the money around and things like that. So everyone, I mean, obviously we need to, you know, if it means that it helps do the program, then that's great. Yeah, at least 1,000.
Okay.
And I think what this funding specifically does is supports families who aren't currently in the program. So even if we didn't do the full amount, we'd be supporting a number of new children to be included in the program. So it might not be the full, but it will be
So many groups here tonight that were, you know, white kids in need and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Community house.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's put 1,000 for that.
Give everybody a little bit of something.
Of course, absolutely, agree. Right, Cambridge Model Engineering. I just want to buy them a new train, but I know we can't. I just want to say, here is your new train, but we can't. So purchase a new locomotive, $40,000.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Wouldn't it be
Yes,
amazing?
okay, all we're doing this year?
One day.
Yeah.
One day.
Okay, sorry, everybody else.
Let's come back to.
Rail.
Let's not put a figure down. Let's come back to that.
Okay.
Because that's obviously a big sum, and
maybe see at the end.
We can't just make a decision now, can we really?
Okay. I mean, it wouldn't even. I mean, it'll be a drop in the bucket, I'm afraid. But
I think that's all it was ever going to be.
Yeah.
Realistically, I mean, I was happy to put. I think they're incredibly valuable to our community, and I was a volunteer-run organisation, so I was happy to sort of put it up to K.
And a word of advice for any of these people that put the application, put down exactly what you want. You're unlikely to get it, but put it down.
Yeah.
And that's obviously what they've done here.
Okay. Let's just question mark 2,000 to 3,000 there, and we'll come back and then just have a look. That's a good idea. Right, Cambridge Netball Centre, replacing their barbecue for fundraising, $1,099.
It's in the application.
I was in support, so it's pretty, it's not giving them money, it's helping them raise money for the future. So
Yes, yeah, and they do a lot of events over there.
everyone else is support.
Yeah. Okay.
Do we need a contribution? I felt good about a contribution, and that it just takes huge pressure off if we say 500. Now they've only got to raise 599, which should be helpful. But I thought that the application, that one of them,
Okay, so maybe
that
right, giving them a top up.
500.
Okay, all right.
Spread the love.
Yep, 500. Cambridge Safer Community Charitable Trust. Obviously, you two are involved with that one. This is the launch of their Manaki book program, and they are requesting 3,200. We have supported them significantly in the past, and they do amazing work, incredible work.
So I understand with the accountability report that we haven't got that because it relates to a program that's still being rolled out.
Okay.
But that funding that we gave them was in our April round, so still quite recent.
Yeah.
We want to take that into consideration. I would definitely be taking that into consideration because that's one of the most generous funding that we've done. And
to date,
that program felt really critical, and I don't feel quite the same.
Okay.
Critical nature of this being other really strong programs in the works.
Yeah.
So for me, I would be to either provide a contribution.
Okay. Are you thinking around the tune of 800 to 1,000?
Less than 1,000. Yeah.
Okay.
Just based on the information that we get from other groups, but I'm very.
Should we put 500 and then come back? Andrew? Oh, you can't. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, zero commentary. Thank you. So are you happy with 500?
Yeah.
And we'll come back? Okay. Right, Child Play Works Charitable Trust, contribution of costs for children who do not qualify for government support, $1,000. They are TA based, we have given to them in the past.
They operate out of
Yeah, they're quite a nice this one, aren't they?
Work out of base.
Bridges Church, I think. Yeah, Bridges Church. The number of the table team, please. Sample of, again, we've supported them last 2 rounds. I wouldn't say massive levels of support.
Okay, around the 500 mark?
500.
500, okay. Come back. Children First Charitable Trust, running a Being My Best resilience program. They're after $3,000.
After reading all these things, I kind of came to the conclusion that some of these groups perhaps should combine programs.
Put together? Yeah. Yeah. It does.
So they're all targeting youth, they're all different trusts, which have huge overheads to double up. So
yeah.
Can't help us tonight. But
yeah.
We're talking to discuss with.
I think that every time we do this.
Lovely. I mean, the fact that the Alyssa, Alicia, sorry, was saying about the need that's at Cambridge Middle School.
Is that this one or a different one?
This is a different one, but I'm just saying
okay. Sorry.
The Being My Best is a primary school focus, and it's almost sometimes, I think, preventing some of those issues before the hormones hit at intermediate. And it is a very good program. They've run that at Cambridge Primary, and they have a lot of success with it.
I guess we're just like the Leamington primary school project, so it would be similarly funded.
Yep. Again, should we go with our 1,000 for this one? Were you thinking, Lana, Sue, do you think 1,000's a good one to come for that? And then we can always look.
Yeah, I think we definitely need to come back through once we've.
Yes, yeah.
But it's a good start.
Right, what are we going to decide about Destination Cambridge in regards to them not having those accountability reports? That's a very fair point. It's a very fair point you make, Alana, about Ruth's takeover.
I thought advertising the paper was sort of outside the brief. I need more than I want, so taking that out alone and then just the Christmas parade.
Yeah, should we address the Christmas parade first?
Okay.
Because I think that's a must.
I think we need to address the
at the accountability report and how we're going to.
Yeah, are we going to
approach
overlook that?
But, I mean, look, it hasn't struck anyone off the register as yet for other groups.
Mm.
It's just important that we're fair
Mm.
and equitable across all the charities.
Yeah.
But I guess we do know that there has been a shift in leadership in that organisation within the time. And that may well have not been handed over. By the way,
Yeah.
when you come on board, we need to have accountability.
Mm.
And so whether or not that's something we could go back
Yeah.
to Robin's approve, sorry, and say, "You're an option, yeah." Don't know, like, interested in your thoughts, because I'm very pro the Christmas parade, like,
Yeah.
very
It's awesome.
pro it,
It's so awesome.
and would love for us to support that, but we need to be here.
Kieran, do you have any insights on this for us? No.
So what's the question?
Alana, you're probably best to.
You mean in terms of the accountability reports?
Yeah.
They haven't submitted it, and that's one of our criteria for the
Right,
discretionary fund
right, right.
application. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's sort of like you have to tick that box in
Right.
order to be considered. So it's almost an instant,
No.
you're not considered. It's quite significant. But we know that maybe that wasn't handed over and maybe that got overlooked.
So how did they miss that?
Well, I'm just
They
Ruth didn't do it before she left, and Ruth hasn't been aware.
There's the opportunity here, and you go back then to see. I guess what was it?
Yeah.
Firstly, with an application that was given last year, it was provided, it was allocated, the money was allocated on the proviso that the accountability report was supplied. And that was the case, the money was not supplied until the accountability report was received.
Okay. So we could go down that track again if we felt it.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, pending where it's set. Okay. It turns off sometimes, honestly.
I got a fit right.
Maybe we'll do it too, yeah.
So in principle, you could, I mean, I used to have a disclosure, I used to have a conflict here, but I don't.
Hey, not anymore, you can just go half that Christmas break.
Yeah.
That's why it's a little bit. So in principle, you could allocate this money tonight, because otherwise you have to wait for another month.
Yeah. On the proviso that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, let's talk about amounts.
I would start with the Christmas parade first. That's a real community event.
It is. Yeah, it's great.
And the advertising that's been going on for what's on has been going on for ages. Vicky Ellis is the one that comes on every Thursday and does that. She's always done that. Format looks pretty much the same to me, but
When you compare that though to some of the, I mean, it's not like we always have to focus on social need. We think about our community.
We talk about advertising or Christmas
The
parade, right?
advertising.
Okay. We want to stay on the
Compared
Christmas parade?
Sorry, compared to the, I'm weighing the two up,
Oh,
and I'm
sure.
saying if I was going to lean more towards one, the Christmas parade probably.
Christmas parade.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Yeah.
what's on has been in the newspaper
Yeah.
for the last few years anyway.
Should we consider doing the full amount for the Christmas parade and nothing at all for the advertising?
Feels too much, given what it's doing first.
Possibly.
I would
Okay.
be in favour of full amount for the Christmas parade and maybe $500. Advertising, something on that line. Because the Christmas parade is a community thing for kids.
It is great.
It's a real happy day.
Yeah.
Real happy day. Yeah. And Rotary and volunteers from Destination Cambridge help out the marshalling or tidying up the.
I can come back to it with you. 3 teams.
Okay.
I'd be, in terms of the advertising, I feel like that's not really serving our community in the way of, like, I'd actually be inclined to say zero to that.
Yep.
personally. I don't
Yep.
love the idea of paying a private business. But I'd be keen to put 2.5. 2.5 for the Christmas parade, but of course,
okay.
Also,
That's what I'd say.
Are we all-
also there was 1,000, 3,000. Oh, sorry.
Are we all feeling like we might pass the advertising over?
Yes, I don't really feel like we can consider two different applications from one
Okay.
organisation. Yeah.
Are you happy with that, Sue? If we put probably at this point a 0 for the advertising, and let's put 2 to 2.5 for the Christmas parade, and then come back at the end, see what we've got. Yeah.
Running subtotal bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 2 to 2.5.
I'm sure there's another one I didn't put a price on.
Oh,
so
so-
it was a baby.
Oh yes. Okay.
See, I've got a different amount of money. So I've only got 9.8.
Okay, it's sitting halfway.
So that's not too bad considering we're through one page.
Yeah, I think that's good.
And through the big ones too.
Yeah. 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 Okay, diabetes.
There'd be another one that hasn't submitted an accountability report.
Okay. All right, so fortunately,
We could offer them a pending,
Mm.
which would
We
only
could.
be fair.
yeah, it would be
If we
fair.
wanted to offer them money.
I mean, it's Diabetes New Zealand, it's Diabetes Cambridge, be different. I wouldn't give them anything.
We have in the past
Yeah.
because there's someone came and presented to us. They haven't come and presented to us.
I
There
wouldn't
are a
give them
number of
anything.
It's for youth as well, isn't it? It's for kids who are firstly diagnosed.
specifically for the ones that
Yeah.
are based in Cambridge. And the same as 15 across the Waikato. That's sorry, ignore that number.
Would we like to give them something?
So
Yeah.
500 come
Yep.
back.
Yep.
I'll be happy to do that.
Okay.
Can I ask a question about the accountability and so that we can do something? Making that a case for every fashion forever, or is it administrative?
Okay, hospice Waikato. Now, unfortunately, we keep having this application for lease, and I'm not sure why we not get into them that we don't support leases. So
I had a problem with that. They've got a shop. And the shop's supposed to be raising money for the hospital, it's costing them money.
Yeah.
Pop that up. It's
Yeah.
just the business
I'd
model.
love to support hospice. It's
That's
a great cause,
thinking,
but
yeah.
it needs to be something else.
it does. Yeah. Yeah.
I can only imagine that they have someone whose job is funding. Send out there.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So that would be unfortunately not.
Okay. All right.
Would
Got
love
another
to
edit.
support like an event or a
Yes. Yeah. Or
charity event or sponsor
yeah.
a table for something, you know.
Or a specific piece of equipment.
yeah, if they need equipment, we'd love to help with that. Okay. All right. Interlock New Zealand supplies for craft sessions, $2,000 we've given to them in the past. And Alana and I went to a great little event they had there, and they have some epic craft sessions that they do for folk there. What are we thinking? Would definitely be good to give them something. About?
I think, they're doing a great job, it's a group of people that literally are sitting on the margins.
We may not have enough for the full amount. We may need to, yeah, something.
A little bit of something.
Yeah.
But just,
Should we put 1,000? Alana, what are your thoughts for 1,000?
Yeah, I'd love to make some kind of contribution, but
Yeah.
it's going to come back to what we've bought.
Yeah.
So we can pencil in that.
Okay.
So come back through.
Yeah. Right, Kids in Need Waikato. They contribution to their care packs that Linda spoke to us about, and they are requesting $1,000. I'd love to give the full amount here.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
Agreed.
just such a need in our community, and they do amazing work.
We have supported it generously in the past.
Yes.
Just in terms of, but it's only 1,000.
Yes. Yeah.
So if we have money.
Yes. Okay. Well, we can come back. Right. Kauai or Trust sponsorship of the van maintenance and running costs. They requested a lot from us last time, and we gave them a small amount. I'm thinking we'll probably do the same here. Just give them a.
Just to flag there's program or operational costs where sitting at one you're waiting.
Yeah, absolutely. Because similarly to hospice.
Yes.
Hospice is an operational cost.
Yeah.
We support the purchase.
Yes.
I don't.
Okay.
As passionate
Yeah,
about supporting people's
I
OpEx.
agree with
Okay.
Elise, and my other comment there was if they proposed to purchase, perhaps they could have budgeted some ongoing costs and shown us that because it's kind of coming anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
And my expectation was that other funding was only in April.
True. Okay. Let's put 0 just next to that, and
I would love to support that.
not for operational stuff. Yeah, because then it goes back to our lease.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Leisure League New Zealand hosting 2 events for the biannual conference, and they're asking for $1,838.
I appreciated the way she tried to really promote this was going to
Yes.
really deliver for Cambridge. I liked that. I'm not convinced that's true, but what I am convinced that they do really good work.
Yes, they do.
For the community, and I'd be happy to do around 500, something like that.
Okay.
And they haven't requested that before, so they can.
Yes.
So I'd be happy with that. Okay.
500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it
So
contribution.
okay. Right. Let's put 500 down. Leamington Gardeners design and installation of new signage, $752.22.
I think it's a great cause, but I just thought a sign really. It's I looked at that wasn't the most today. The sign there today is just said Leamington Community Garden. There's nothing wrong with that, but obviously it's got a new name.
Yeah.
So that was important.
And it's probably working on the same in different ways. And I'd argue that the signage is quite critical for community organisations like this to have visibility in their area. And because now it's different, they're really separating themselves from a community garden, want people to understand that it's a plot system. And I don't know what the sign would put on it, but you'd hope it had contact details and
I'd be in favour of parks support.
yeah, like 500 or something.
Okay. Let's put 500.
And then we have to find
Couple of $100
$250, which
Yeah.
should be much more doable.
Yeah. Okay, Maungatautari Ecological Island Trust, the pre-breeding survey for Titipu Namu, $2,000.
Very little bird.
So cute. Like a little puffball with a beak.
Hummingbird or something
Yeah,
that.
like a little,
Yeah.
it's a little,
Teeny little beak.
yeah, it's a little red, isn't it? Okay. Okay. Now that we've got over the cuteness of the bird, we've just got that out.
Had to be seen.
Yeah. Now we haven't in the past given these guys, they do receive some good funding through Waipa District Council, but this is a new project.
I like that they've applied for a specific project
Yes.
this time.
Yes.
They do great work up there. I'd like to make a contribution.
Okay.
Of some sort.
All right.
Yes, Lana, I agree that we have not contributed them in a long time. Applies for the fund. Like I'd be happy to be going up to sort of 1,000 on this
Okay.
project. Yeah, just, or how much is it?
Operationally, we give a lot. So they were looking for 305,000 each year for the operational side of it. That's all the fence maintenance and tracks and things.
Right, we've got 1,000.
Okay. Maybe one that we
Right, multiple sclerosis Waikato Trust, operating expenses, 750 we gave to them last year. Thoughts, it's a small amount.
Yeah, I just thought it was briefly operational and I went descriptive, really shoot yourself in the foot a little bit.
also was disappointed that it was for OPEX.
Karen says she has received an accountability report for them, even though they don't have a tick there, but
Okay.
they have. Well, is this on the same playing field as the other two? Is this one we need to badly decline because it's
Yeah, we have given it in the past, but do we know what they applied for OPEX last time as well? We have to go back and check that. Should we just come back to them? Okay. Do you mind? It's not a realization. It was.
oh,
Because that's still
That's
cheaper.
awkward.
Yeah, we can't apply it. So,
Nice to know just how many patients of cirrhosis are being supported here.
Mention that, she did. Yeah, it's on my notes.
On your point of relation to the operation operating costs. President Neville said last time, perhaps you could say during the number of months we've got this time you have to.
That's a good point.
yeah.
And yeah, you're right. And I think that one we had a bit of juice because it was one of our first years
Yes.
going to do funding rounds. We
Yeah.
didn't have as many applying. Just to the question of how many people I have got here, 27 clients in Cambridge and London, which is not insignificant.
No.
So, yeah, whether we say we're in a different situation this time or whether we do a small contribution of a few people.
Yeah, let's come back to that. Let's leave that blank. Okay, Raleigh Street Christian Centre for the assistance of youth programs and youth workers, $2,000 given to them in the past. I didn't realize they've been 15 years at Cambridge High.
Wow.
It's pretty awesome, eh? Yeah, thoughts there? Yeah, pretty crucial service. 1,000, yeah, I'd like to.
Right.
Yeah. Riverlea Theatre and Arts Centre, purchase of movable wardrobe racks, $1,000.
Yeah, Riverlea.
Yeah, they, also, Karen said that there was a lot of them, a lot of Cambridge folk went there. For shows, or did they say?
That's what they said.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's really out of our patch though, isn't it?
It is out of our patch.
Yeah, I think we might have to leave this one. The no from me. It's okay to leave it. Yeah. Right. Show jumping Waikato, cover emergency medical services for 3-day event, 4,122.
Oh, I
Did they
suppose,
put-
how much does it cost to have an ambulance on hand for
Yeah.
a day?
They have put that in the application.
Yeah. I mean, I like that it's specifically for that emergency medical services, but looking at the budget, there's some big numbers in there.
Where's it been held?
Takapoto.
Hmm?
Takapoto. I think there's influence in that show jumping community. So do they need the money from us?
$1,000.
So we haven't funded any sporting groups at all on this one.
That was my
We like
point,
to just put a
Andrew, is
little bit
that
in there.
we do a lot of social support, and I think it would, I wonder if it's worth us continuing to be broad minded on that. Certainly a donation towards their expense versus covering it would be rather than. That would be, how do you feel like it?
1,000.
Okay.
Madam Chair.
Not sure. Depends where we end up with other things.
Oh, yeah, I'd say it's high. Right, yeah.
not familiar with this project. And I that tonight. So they're obviously.
That's my nephew playing with the band. That's my nephew's band. Thank you.
So what's our total so far? What have we given out? 'Cause we've got two big ticket items.
This is the last big ticket item.
We've
At
got
the
two.
moment, your total is, it's sitting at $18,380.43.
Okay.
18,000. What have we got? What have we allocated?
So we've got 4 up our sleeve at the moment, without having allocated any to the train yet. Yeah, to the train. Sort of said a couple of grand. Okay. Okay.
I'd really like to support this one.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is something that's really missing in Cambridge, some kind of youth centre. And it's something that I know we all hear a lot about, that there isn't things to do for youth in Cambridge. I'm not saying this is the answer to everyone, but it's certainly a really good step in the right direction to provide it.
I agree with you. The pathway's been clear and the describe the communication of what we're doing over the last year.
Yeah, I think Rotary's doing a great job in helping out with this.
Yeah.
They've got the buy-in from the high school students, so hopefully
Yeah.
it's going to be successful.
Yeah.
To make a contribution.
Yeah.
I say.
Right.
Okay. I put 2.5 grand down. We'll be having bumped that up.
Yeah.
But
We've got about 4.
maybe it's something we want to go back and look at.
Yeah.
So
That's right.
that could be a jump forward. That
Yeah.
not necessarily-
Well, I don't know. I'd love to support it more, but you're right. There are so many applicants.
We may be able to.
Yeah.
once we bump that through.
Should we put 2.5 down and then let's work and see if we can find some more somewhere, or if not, 2.5 is still an excellent contribution. Right, True Colours Charitable Trust, delivering service to families in Waipā. We have given to them previously. They're asking for $1,500. Now, do they do?
Another option.
Yeah.
But what I think we've found important about them in the past is that they try and get to rural families. And so I think there's something valuable in this, even though it isn't on there. Is that, yeah. It's a way for us to support. It's a way for us.
Yeah.
So that's, I think,
Yeah. What are you thinking? 500?
yeah, it's not as much as we
Like to.
like to, but maybe it's a good place to start.
Okay.
What's that total there?
At the moment, we're sitting at $21,380.43. Do you like me to run through all the numbers again?
Yep.
So brain injury Waikato, no.
Mm-hmm.
Cambridge Bowling Club, no.
I have 500.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
Happy with
so
that.
I'll change that to 500.
Yeah. Oh, why don't you run through it all and then let's go bit by bit.
Okay, Cambridge Brass Band 750, so I've added 500 to the bowling club now.
Right.
750 for the Cambridge Brass Band. The Committee of Social Services, $1,000. Same again for the Cambridge Community House. The museum gets the full amount, 1130.43. Life Skills, 1,000. The Model Engineering Society, 2,000. Cambridge Netball Centre, 500. Safer Community Charitable Art Trust, 500. Child Play Works, 500. Children First, 1,000. Destination Cambridge for the advertising, no. Destination Cambridge for the Christmas parade, 2,500. Diabetes New Zealand, 500. Hospice Waikato, no. Interlock New Zealand, 1,000. Kids in Need, 1,000. Hawaii Trust, no. This one, Lalish Lee. Lalish. $500. Leamington Gardeners, $500. Mangatotiri Ecological Island Trust, $1,000. MS Waikato Trust, nil. Rayleigh Street Christian Centre, $1,000. Rivoli Theatre, nil. Show Jumping Waikato, 1,000. Rotary Club, 2,500, and 500 to True Colours.
Okay.
That's at $21,880.43.
Okay.
There was one more that was unfortunately being you skipped over, and I'm not sure about the compensation for staff time on the Cambridge Community House one.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess it felt like it was project specific versus just running the usual. But that's a good point.
well, my view is Destination Cambridge and the Christmas break at the $2,000, put it back to 500.
Yeah.
And give that 500 to the model train. Leave your plans.
I don't know. Right, let's go one by one. We're all happy that we said no to Brain Entry Waikato.
Yeah.
Are we happy with 500 for Cambridge Bowling Club? Yep,
I am.
Yep, I am too. Yep. Okay. Andrew? Cambridge Brass Band, we had said the full amount. And now I'm not sure about the full amount because there doesn't seem to be a lot going to some of those other projects. So I'm wondering whether we bring that down a bit.
I'd still be pro full amount because only say we went down, we wouldn't go less than 500.
Yeah.
Probably. They've never asked for money before and they do so much.
Mm.
They show up with our events and I guess we give them a call back.
Yeah.
So if we can swing that 250, I would try.
Okay. All right, social services, $1,000.
Yeah.
How does everyone feel about that? Right, Cambridge Community Trust, $1,000 for the Kai project. Document scanner, full amount. Museum. Cambridge Life Skills, 1,000. Locomotive 2.
We might be able to.
Yeah. The Netball Centre, 500. Yeah. That feels right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
sport. That's sporty. 500 for Safer Community Trust. We've been a big supporter of them, so I feel like 500 is still reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is, yes, that is conditional. Okay. The Child Play Works Charitable Trust, we said 500.
Yeah.
That feels right. Being My Best, 1,000. Everyone okay with 1,000 for that? Yeah. I'm happy with the nil for the advertising for Destination Cambridge.
Yeah.
Now let's think about the Christmas parade.
That
Keeping
could be-
in mind that there are other sponsors.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of buy-in commercial, you know, for that kind of thing.
I think we'd easily bring that back to 2 or even 1.5 if we were really struggling.
Yeah. Yeah. 2. Yeah. Yeah, I'd be quite keen to do 1,500 to be honest.
Yeah. That gives us a
Because
whole
there are a
other
lot of other sponsors.
Sure. Yeah.
And I feel like that would allow us to maybe top up some of those other new groups that are emerging.
Yes.
And it is a one-off thing. Like it's amazing, but it's a one-day thing rather than perhaps some of the other ones that are going to be a long.
Yeah.
Okay, diabetes, we've said 500. Feeling okay about that? The hospice, we've definitely said no. Interlock, 1,000.
This is one I thought maybe we could bring back to.
I think so
500,
too.
Just given that we've had a juicy $5 grand
Yep.
a year ago.
Yep.
I just thought if we were trying to support some new initiatives.
I
in
think
town,
so.
that would be-
How do you feel about that, Andrew, Phil? Bring that back to 500?
Not no experience. This trust. I think it's cool.
They certainly do amazing work. Yeah, I just think with so many different applicants, I think 500 feels right here.
My concern is that they're dealing with a group that nobody else.
I guess it's maybe less about merit, who's more deserving, and just like who
What
have
the
we
project-
supported
yeah.
in the last 2 years. and
Yeah.
We've given them $6,000 in the last 2 years.
Yes.
Or we've given
Yeah.
nothing, we've given trains nothing. So for me, it's not like, oh, they're less deserving, but it's just like,
We want to
we've really
focus.
supported you guys.
Yeah.
Can we bring that support over to a new group this year?
Yeah.
That's sort of my rationale for
Yeah.
shaving it off, not because they're not incredibly deserving and doing okay.
Yes. And that goes to say with Kids in Need Waikato, are we happy with the full amount?
Oh, sorry.
We said down to 500, yes. Yeah.
Okay with you.
I go so 1,000.
Even looking at what we've given them in the past and that some of those new applicants we haven't given anything to yet.
That's how I feel.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're in the middle.
Good, okay.
Done deal.
Right, Kids in Need. 1,000? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, Kauai, we said no. Malaysia League, we said 500.
Yep.
What were you going to say, Elise?
I was going to say it's probably one we could shave down.
I
to
also thought that.
350
I also
if we
thought
wanted
that.
to.
Yeah.
Particularly to recoup, say, if you're Sue and Andrew really feel strongly about $1,000, but maybe that.
Yeah.
From there. Where's it going? To
Or it could carry
or
down
it
to
could
the
go
youth.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 150, right?
Yeah.
Down to 350, but then
Okay. Malaysia
half
League
the screen.
350.
I agree. It's more the national. I know that
Yeah.
everyone else is shaving now. Who's more than that shit.
Yep.
Yep.
350. Thanks, Karen. Right, Leamington Gardeners, we said 500. Should this be a 350 as
Oh,
well? Or a 400? It's just, it's a bit,
I guess it's still private owners of the plot. So it's
Mm.
unlike the community gardens.
it's not a
who are-
widespread.
They are just like it's their own plot. I'm very
Yes,
pro it, think it's
yes.
great, but you're right. It's maybe not serving. It's serving
A smaller amount
a
of
smaller
people.
amount of people. Obviously, share the
Yeah.
excess produce to the community, but you're right. I think we could probably shave 150.
Yeah, should we do 350 for Leamington Gardens?
It's still really helpful.
It's still great. Yeah, 350. Yeah. Again, we'll come back and look at all of these. Just as a recap.
Unless our numbers are perfect.
And then we're
we're
never
good.
looking at them again. Okay. Mangatotri Ecological Island, we said 1,000.
I feel good about that.
Anna? Yeah. Andrew? Yep. Phil, you're okay with 1,000? Yep. Okay. MS, we said no. Raleigh Street Christian Centre, we said 1,000. Everyone okay with that?
Do we, with MS, sorry, just to backtrack up. I know it's operating expenses. Yeah, like a 3. Just thank you for your. But
Okay, so I agree with this.
Okay. Yep. Okay,
Sorry.
back to Raleigh Street. Sorry, no. We were okay with 1,000. Does that feel right for everyone? Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty good spread over 2 schools, I think.
I mean, they've similarly had a
They
six
have.
grand from us, so just
Yeah.
to use our same arguments in regards to Interlock, it was 6 grand from us.
Do you want to shave it down a little bit?
So we could, as much
Yeah.
as we love what they're doing. It would only be fair if I advocated that we shave that down.
Yeah.
If I did that for Interlock as well.
Should we do an 800?
Yeah, what do we say for Interlock, 750?
Yeah.
So if we went
Okay. So Lana, feel okay with 750? Okay.
something equitable.
Very much. Yep. No to Rivoli Theatre. Another 1,000 for show jumping. Waikato feels
No dice.
way too much.
500, I reckon. That's minimum
Yeah.
for me.
Even that.
300.
e-
Well, we want to keep everybody safe.
Yeah, there's, I think Alana's point. Good night.
Thank you for coming.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Hope to see you again.
And all the council meetings I've ever been to, always bow to the chairman.
I appreciate
We might
that.
have to start doing that.
I bow back to you. Thank you,
You
so
might have
much.
started something. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, look, if people are like no dice, then I'm making support a 0 on the show jumping. That's it. Right. Like, no, I'm just, so that was the vibe I was getting from around the room.
I will accept bowing from now on. If anyone feels they would like to.
You're going to get some bows. But as another sport option, what do you think, Andrew?
500. We were at 1,000, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy to go to 500.
Okay. I think so. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. That feels right.
Okay.
Okay. Rotary Club. Oh, and how are they? Youth. Should we come back to this at the very end with the trains?
Yeah.
Okay. So True Colours. How do we feel about 500? Yep.
Given the pressures. Yeah,
Okay.
given the pressures, that's right.
Right. So our total now. What is our total?
So you've shaved it down to 19,880 and 43 cents.
So that's including 0 for trains, 0 for.
No,
No.
that's
Including
including
2,000 and 250. 2.5, sorry.
trains, 2,000.
Yeah.
What's the other one, sorry?
The youth centre.
The youth centre is 2.5.
Ooh.
I would love to put that 2 grand to the youth centre.
Not half, not with 2 trains?
No.
I
I just think that
2 grand to the youth centre, I think the trains, and it's got a good income source. Potential sponsors have got money. People come in the door, they can put a couple of dollars on a ticket. I just feel like
and there's no current youth centre. This is a new initiative. The youth of Cambridge are crying out for stuff to do. It affects us all when they're not busy.
And
And-
arguably, an extra $1,000 for the youth centre is significant. An extra $1,000 for a $40,000 train.
Yeah, is a drop.
They're still going to have to work very, very
Yeah.
hard for that.
Yeah. That's just what I would like to do.
Just
That
an
one-
interesting side note, I was at the Lucky Wall Cafe session last night,
True.
and there was some youth there, and they were all saying, we want some space for us.
Yeah. It's really, we are hearing that so much.
Yeah.
So much. So that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to funnel the remainder to the youth centre.
Okay. What does that bring the number to? Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
What's
Five.
nice? 4.5?
Five.
What can we
Five.
afford, Karen? Can we afford 5? I only heard the 4.5. Can we afford 5?
So if we put in 5,000, the total is 22,380.43.
Yep.
So would you like me?
I feel good about that.
Would you like me to just go through one more
Please.
time?
Yep.
Okay. Brain injury, Waikato nil.
Yep.
Cambridge Bowling Club 500. Cambridge Brass Band 750. Cambridge Committee of Social Services 1,000.
Yep.
Cambridge Community House 1,000. Cambridge Historical Society and Museum 1130.43. Cambridge Life Skills 1,000. Cambridge Model Engineering Society 2,000. Cambridge Netball Centre 500, Cambridge Safer Communities 500, Child Play Works 500, Children First 1,000, Destination Cambridge for advertising nil, Destination Cambridge for the Christmas parade 1,500, Diabetes New Zealand 500, Hospice Waikato nil, Interlock NZ 750, Kids in Need 1,000, La Leish, no, Kauai sorry, nil, La Leish 350, pardon me, Leamington Gardeners 350, Mangatotiri Ecological Island Trust 1,000, MS Waikato 300, Rayleigh Street Christian Centre 750, Riverlea Theatre and Arts Centre nil, Show Jumping Waikato 500, Rotary Club 5,000, and True Colours Charitable Trust 500, equaling $22,380.43.
Anyone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe an organisation.
Yeah.
I don't know what else feels about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Okay, it's pretty niche.
Like maybe we give that extra 150 to Barclay.
Yeah.
In terms of just as we went through it.
Auto Interlock. Yeah, is there any one group that anyone's thinking they could do with a little bit more?
Yeah, because you could get it to Raleigh Street.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Interlock gets 750 and show that. I don't know. Take jump Interlock and
yeah.
Raleigh Street to 800.
Yeah.
And drop show jumping. No,
I like that.
No, 350.
Yeah, I like that.
650.
Just top them up a little bit.
Adam? Yes, we've got 50 more. We want to drop them. Unless we just say, yeah, we could just say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just a thought. Just say 350. I think everyone's comfortable with that.
No, I actually am.
Raleigh Street is 800.
Yeah.
And Interlock.
Do you want to give the Leamington Gardens another 50 and take them to 400?
Yeah, then that's actually
Yeah.
probably a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. then
Yeah.
it's balanced, yeah.
Andrew, Phil, Zoalana, you okay with that? So Interlock goes up 50, Raleigh Street goes up 50, and the Gardeners go up 50.
Yeah. That feels like we're.
And show jumping comes to 350.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy with that. You guys are right with that? Great, good.
It's
It's
so
a solid
difficult,
answer.
isn't it, really?
It is so hard. But I think what we've got actually feels right, feels good, feels like most people have still got something that is going to help them on their way. And that new youth centre, which, you know, we wanted to really support, has got a good amount, you know, around half.
Yeah.
And Christmas parade is still supported.
Yeah.
And we've been able to give a lot.
Yeah.
Propose in the future, just from my personal perspective, maybe a denomination amount that you don't go below, or we just put thousands or 500, because it wants to split years, which takes a lot of time. But might not be necessary. Feedback from the council.
Yeah. Yeah, that could make things easier.
I do think the splitting of years is relevant when you're dealing with small because, you know, actually an extra 115 is significant. And as yeah, and I don't know, I don't would be
Yeah.
quite nuanced about
Yeah.
spreading of things and then, yeah, being able to be as
experience.
I totally respect the care factor. It's kind of, it's like 1,000%.
But to that point, in future, Kieran, would it be possible now it says MA, if they've applied but we haven't given it funding, we put a $0 amount there? That makes it really hard.
So that we know that
so
we
know
haven't
that we
given,
rejected their funding application in the past.
rather than that they just haven't applied.
Correct, yeah. Because then I guess it would mean they haven't applied or they have applied for
NA is they have not been allocated funding. It doesn't mean that they have not applied.
Yes, okay.
So,
So if they
yeah.
haven't applied, it would just be empty.
So what you're saying is that you would like me to put what they applied for last time, or just
No,
that?
just if they did apply, or whether
Yeah.
they're completely new.
Because I know, for example,
Roast,
trains.
yeah,
Yeah,
show
trains.
jumping
Um,
and Rivoli.
trains, it says NA for the trains, not allocated funding, but they haven't actually applied for that. So if they had applied for that, we had allocated funding and $0. No, it doesn't differentiate between not
Oh,
applying
sure.
and not allocated. I can remember sort of, but I wouldn't rely on my memory.
Yeah,
But it is helpful, I think.
especially if we skip a year.
Yeah.
And then next in April, we're like, oh,
Yeah.
work
But that
backwards.
becomes the next question. Okay.
Okay, right. Everyone happy with those amounts? Because let's move it if we are. All right, so our recommendation is that we receive Kieran's report titled Discretionary Fund Allocation September 2023, and that we allocate grants from the Community Discretionary Fund as stated in the following schedule. I'm happy to move that. Can someone second, please? Sue, to second, all in favour?
Aye.
Yep, right, carried, motion carried, great. Right, let's move on to board members' reports from meetings attended on behalf of the Cambridge Community Board. I'll start. I haven't been to an urban mobility one since our last meeting, but there is a whole lot of kia ora, good night, see you. See you, night. There is a whole lot of public engagement events coming up, specifically around the Clare Street, Grey Street options for the urban mobility around the middle school. So I'll be making sure that I go to those and just get a feel for what the community want. They've been doing some stuff with the kids at school, asking them what they would like to see around the school in regards to cul-de-sac in Grey Street, shared pathways where cars and cycles and walkers share. Eric is hopefully going to come next month and speak to you about that, but yeah, that's kind of an update on mobility. He's also going to come and present the Shakespeare designs as well. But his way of so that's probably me, at least.
The Leamington Domain.
Oh, yes.
Master plan is now available to be looked at.
Great.
It will be open for public consultation. From September till October, and then welcome our submission. On
Yes.
this master plan, which means next month. Also,
Will you work on that as a group next month?
yeah, because there's a quick turnaround, I think, for things. It's a few days later, so we'll need to look through that. It's a very impressive document. I've gone through a lot of detail, particularly around cultural histories and things of that.
Great.
It's kind of quite interesting read. And in terms of the master plan, it's really about kind of music, where they've made the most, on my mind, dramatic changes as we're grounding with a croquet field and that sort of finished space outside the train and all the trains there. Obviously, there's no budget that exists for this. That's right, over it. There's no budget for this. It would need to be approved to long-term plan. Leamington Domain. Sorry.
Give him another favourite.
Yeah, the
budget doesn't exist for a year, right, in terms of it implementing.
That's right. So yeah, we do done through the LTP, but there is funding for, as it currently stands, for the playground.
Oh, just for the destination playground.
Right.
Cool. Yeah, okay. So it's an interesting read. We can look at some detailed work, and we're really awesome to the design of the areas to ideas that I look for. To be
Great.
That's cool. So the also the primary survey is now complete, and we have 490.
So good.
Amazing. Because you look at the Leamington, read through that master plan, and they were 100, and this and 48 pseudo responses in terms of ordinary information that we managed to get. I mean, we've been lucky to run it for a few months. That's been our strength, but very, very cool. 3 focus groups from different schools, museum, historical society, and the. Do you want to do the update to your feasibility study?
Yes, we're in the procurement phase at the moment where we have received 5 tenders and we're shortlisted at the moment with phase of that next week. And then by next week we should have the booked in. And
yeah, at which point hopefully we'll get opportunities to sit down with whoever's the contractor and present our body of evidence. I guess that's worth voting with you guys. We have to present then our full body of evidence, which will also be used. So that information will be presented essentially twice.
that would be, that's a very good if we can have that because we banged on that.
Yeah.
And in terms of further consultation, they'll have a look to see if there's any gaps that's needed. But I think we've said that you guys have done this work, so I don't want to.
Totally. You shouldn't need to anyway. I don't think we're getting good age group spread in the focus groups and things. Helpful. So that feels like a nice chunk of work community engagement to be. Yep, I can send you the whole.
Can I just go back to Leamington?
Yeah.
Will some of you hopefully make that community engagement, Arvo? Great.
It's
Good. See what the weather's doing.
Yeah.
Yes, great. Okay, cool. And they're always quite fun those days. They always do like a good day out day. Yeah.
What's that in regards to?
Be nice one to take the kids.
They'll be presenting the
Just on the Leamington domain, it was presented to us in service delivery yesterday, council, and I made it really clear to them, just do not move the steamroller. It's an incredibly popular toy, and it was a few years ago when 3 councillors, current councillors, were sitting, were in the community board here. They were looking at removing it completely because its health and safety was not up to standard, and the community really kicked up a fuss.
Yeah, because Elwood and I got the report.
We advocated for it to stay, and it stayed, and so I made it really clear to them, not only yesterday's meeting but previous meetings when they presented to us.
Yeah,
it might have to be moved slightly to one side, but I said that's probably acceptable.
Right.
But please don't remove it.
It was really interesting because the council said it was dangerous, and that some experts decided the tractor was dangerous, and that Owen and I were putting up with that. So we found a lady from the Play Centre with the Play Centre organisation who was actually the chair of the New Zealand Playgrounds Association, been set up by Parliament. And she came along and did this wonderful report. There was nothing wrong at all with the tractor.
Excellent.
And
it lives on.
It lives on. And so we got the tractor and it's still there.
Right.
So I do have to say that a couple of things did sneak through the council insisted on that weren't actually required by the school.
Okay.
So we were
Great.
a bit peeved about that.
Oh,
Never
well,
mind.
that's awesome.
It was just the sockets falling underneath.
Fair enough. Alana, Elise, sorry, was that you finished for groups attended? Okay, great. Thank you. Alana, you'll need to, oh, thank you.
Yes, well, most of mine has been Likinoa and Mohoro delegations at the moment, which Armistice comes under as well.
Oh,
you know.
yes.
Yeah, meeting with Rotary and the Mayor about their potential city or other organisation links with both Likinoa and Mohoro as well, which they're hoping to connect up with in line with the delegations coming here. I also presented to Rotary about the sister city relationships, which is good. So that's all part of that public engagement around those upcoming delegations, getting people educated and excited about what's happening and hopefully involved with public events.
Right.
Yeah, those are the main things. Yeah, all very much sister cities at the moment.
Sister Cities hat is on, and then
Yeah.
once it's over, your autumn festival hat will go back on.
Yeah, well, it's just sitting to the side.
It's on, it's one of those racing hats.
Yeah.
It's just tiny and sitting there.
It's definitely still there.
Great. Sue?
Well, I haven't caught up with the museum of the food trust yet, but that's okay.
Great. And our armistice is ticking along quite nicely. So that's good. Great. Okay. I'll go to Andrew first for any groups, and then Phil, if you don't mind, I'll come to you for the council update if you have any. Andrew, any groups? Oh, put your mic.
With the thing called AGM, as I sent that picture. Nothing learned there, which is a good night to be at. With Don Hislop handed over. Cambridge Safe Communities Trust. Marlene spoke tonight. Liz Stolwick presented at the last meeting, and the Cambridge Trust asked her to come along to see what they could do to perhaps get better support from council and particular funding. They did lose Kathy Rawlings a while ago, and then like part of the funding application tonight was, I think, try and get her back to do a bit for them work program. So Liz, I think, was asked, he was saying that the trust should try and get the councillor, not Philip's on the trust in his own right, a councillor to go along to meetings just to get more buy through there. And that Liz's opinion was that Te Awamuru's ComSafe does a better job of that and has received more funding. So that's what was discussed there.
Just on there with Kathy, I think she has come back a little bit part-time.
Okay.
And the Safe Community Trust have asked for other councillors to come along for meetings too. It's more an awareness of what they're doing and things like that. So we've got a Cambridge councillor catch up tomorrow morning at 7:30, and I was going to bring that up. And like, yeah, it's like for
Cambridge Connections is on pause at the moment, they're waiting for some modelling data to come out. So it's on hold. So okay, so it'll be next year or something happens there. I mentioned about Kelly from the Chamber of Commerce and Araha requested a meeting with Waka Kotahi about concerns about Te Roa Road, State Highway 1 south of Cambridge, and questions about the northern on-ramp to the southern interchange in Cambridge and the prioritisation of the Cambridge Priory motorway expressway. So we were there as really as observers for Kelly. Outcomes of that was that the Waka Kotahi man was very firm that there's no possibility of a northern on-ramp at southern interchange, partly to do with it's not on the priority for funding. It's going to be a $20 million job, and also it's what most people, we didn't realise, most people probably don't realise, is they said the engineering required to get your car up to 110 k's an hour to join the road safely would mean that on-ramp slip lane would join halfway over the bridge over the gully, so they can't make the bridge wider to do that at all easily. So that was quite a good explanation for that. And the hill incline's too steep going up there. I mean, there is a pathway through there, but it's too steep for cars to safely get to 110 k's an hour before the bridge. But he did say that the designation of all the expressway interchange they built south of the Gully Bridge it's not the same designation as North. So when they come to do Cambridge Priory, they implied that that interchange could be redesigned because the land hasn't all been acquired for the Expressway South. So they might actually have to move part of that interchange if the new highway there is actually slightly to the side or doesn't quite line up with the interchange that's already in place. And at that period in time, depending on the funding that comes for that Cambridge Priory, that could be redesigned there and be built as part of that, which in my mind was a massive waste of money, but that's kind of how that works, and that's a possibility. Anything else from that, Joe?
Are we having a meeting on the Hydro Road?
There was concerns about that were brought up at that meeting. I didn't mention that, and Araha actually lives directly across from that. It's nearly been hit twice.
Yeah, there's a lot of safety
feedback
concerns.
about that too, directly to who's going to take that back.
So it's been hit twice since.
Well, a few near
Turnaround.
misses.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
She had the issue that there is a little give way, and David Spears from Wakakatahi thought maybe it should be a stop sign because people are not sure that they have to give way while someone turns in front of them, does a U-turn in front of them from the other side, and people go straight through, not knowing that that car is coming down to then turn. So yeah, but it was
the turning right out of Hydro to go south. It's going to stop. It's not going to continue. One second road is Becky Road turnaround is put in. They'll construct it. Then you won't be turning right to go south. You're only going to be turning north.
And in theory, it all works well, but he implied that the traffic volumes on the new expressway today are already at 2031 projected levels, and we are 2031 projected volumes.
traffic.
So,
wow.
you know, they've got these designs for turnarounds and safety measures, but they're already eight years.
Yeah.
The
Too late.
expressway was going to be open this year.
Yeah, and he did
It was
say
under construction.
he said
No, not sorry.
if a government gets elected and puts it in place, it actually takes 7 years to significant earthworks starting, because they still need to acquire land.
Yeah,
Move
it's a very long term.
Sue and I just attended yesterday with Waipa Networks a blessing for a substation site, road name. Red Cherry Cafe, Forest Road.
Oh yes, yes, yeah.
So there's just going to be a construction period there, and it's for power supply from the northwestern side of Cambridge Grove.
Great.
He wasn't too fussed about going in the end, he did go into my face.
Right.
One thing I didn't mention was I had a meeting with a couple of council staff about the Cambridge application. That was really just going over what we've got. There may be a couple of items that could be disposed of if they're not relevant. But it's really just a checking that they were okay. You probably know more.
Yeah, so we've got a report going to strategic plan and property next week. Strategic plan and policy. What did I say? Okay, that one. And so yeah, there's 34 items we're looking to de-access. Some of them are just posters of sports teams that have been chucked in and things like that. So they range from zero value to about $200. So all pretty minimal. Yeah, so we're keeping 70, I think.
Okay. Is that us for board members' reports? Philip, do you have anything from council?
I'm struggling to open Diligent. I'm having issues with them ringing today.
Okay.
But we've had obviously a lot of discussions. I can't remember what's been publicly excluded or not. So but not.
That's okay. You could always send us something, email once you work out what you
Yeah.
can.
Is you're not putting the chairman's report in the agenda? I said it's not there this month.
No. No, not this
Okay,
month.
and Brad might be able to update me on this too, but the CCTV cameras, there's been a delay with those because they haven't arrived in the country. That's my understanding. Is it correct?
Ones for the roadie network.
Yeah.
It's not sure on those ones. We do have Pukamako, which will be going in.
That's good.
If it's not in already, it'll be going in like the next.
But Cook Street roundabout and
Sorry,
area.
I have time for those. I'm sorry.
They were supposed to be installed by now. Right.
Okay, great, thank you. Right, so our date of our next meeting is 6 p.m. on Wednesday, the 18th of October. Board member Badger will be chairing that meeting. You can bow to her when you come in.
You'll be in Lookanwah.
I shall, yes,
Oh, cool.
yep.
Awesome. What
Yep.
a great
Oh,
time.
not technically Lookanwah, but I shall be away.
Have a good time.
Yeah, yeah. And she will now close with a karakia. Thank you. Oh, it's coolest. Next time, 1, 2, 3, just a suggestion. Te pauhihiri, te paurārama, te pau o te whakaaro, te pau o te tangata, te pau o te aroha. Ko enei ngā pau, e here nei i a tātou, mauri ora ki a tātou, haumi e, hui e, tai ki e. May clarity be yours, may understanding be yours, through reflection, through personal endeavour, through respect. These are the virtues that bind us as one. May we be filled with well-being. Join